Play is a Geelong-based charity that delivers mental health and wellbeing programs to sporting clubs in the Barwon region. We've been in operation for over 17 years and in that time delivered the program to more than 30,000 participants. Young people are less likely than any other age group to seek professional support for their mental health and wellbeing. And that's why Read the Play is an important catalyst to start those conversations within sporting clubs to get people talking about their mental health and wellbeing.
A typical Read the Play session happens in a sporting club. We come to them in the sporting clubs and we are able to provide them with education opportunities. We talk to them about what mental health is, and then we encourage them to think about how they can support themselves, support others.
For us going forward, it's about working with more sports in the Barwon region. We think we can do that by adding to our program suite and then going out to all sports in the region saying we want to deliver our mental health program for you for free. We're excited for the future of Read the Play because we know now more than ever how important our work is.
Discussing earlier the size of Michael Rudd, so I'm very interested to see who Whiskers sends to Ruddy. So that'll be interesting to see. And then rather that we'll stay away from the midfield matchup. So I know after seeing him yesterday morning that the great Nick Connors is going to Williamson.
Yep.
Which
Brock
I think
Williamson, yeah.
Brock Williamson. So I think that will be. He goes a little unheralded little chipper. So I know that he's held in high regard at the St Mary's Footy Club, and if he can do a job, that'll go a long way to the result going St Mary's way.
All right, White Cross Healthcare, scooters, walkers, but much more. Trusted advice, best solutions. Vine Street in South Geelong is where you'll find them. We'll keep an eye on some Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchups as well. Robbo will keep his eyes on those. Birchie is down boundary side for us for A&B Australia. Quality shelving and storage for your home, office or workplace. Birchie, come on in. It's not the warmest of afternoons as we hit the middle of winter.
No, it's certainly not, Kingy, although that strong breeze that we heard overnight and this morning has dropped, which is good for footy, and the rain has stopped for now as well. So the surface isn't too bad considering all that. It is getting a little bit chopped up on the wings and in certain patches in the forward lines. The reserves game, they were moving the centre bouncers about 20 onto the edge of the centre square, onto the wings. So it'll be interesting to see if they do that with the seniors as well.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that for South Point Garden Supplies. Actually, the team at South Point Garden Supplies, 15 Boneyards Avenue in the Torquay, just behind the Bunnings. I know they had the roller out, the cricket roller out on the centre wicket area, of course, a turf wicket here at Leopold Memorial Park. That's going to see a lot of traffic, we suspect, this afternoon, Robbo. That's, I suspect those navy blue St Mary's jumpers are going to be a shade of black very, very quickly.
Those numbers are going to be hard to see. And goes on. I'm not sure the roller's going to add any more value for the rest of the day either.
Boys, it is very muddy out here. Errol Burns, the umpire, central umpire today, is wandering around in it, and it is sloshing around. So, and they are going to bounce in the middle.
How is Errol?
He's all right. He had a chat to me, but he's focused.
Good.
He's tall.
He's very tall,
isn't he? Around the grounds for Leopold Sporties. First quarter, Giants and Suns. The Giants 24 lead Gold Coast 9. St Kilda 21 lead the Eagles 6. 4:35 Hawthorn and Collingwood. Let's have a look at the rest of the games for the round and get everybody's thoughts on what is a big afternoon as we hit round 13. The other games this afternoon, Bell Park and St Albans. I think the interest at Bell Park and St Albans is how much fizz can be drunk by the Bell Park boys celebrating their 40th anniversary, Rob, over their first GFL flag.
Actually ran into Boxer Nichols in Bali.
He was there too, wasn't he? I did see him in the photo.
I spoke to him on Sunday afternoon, would you believe? He lives in Yeppoon.
Yep.
And ran into my mother and father in the pub, of course, and he was keen to get down for the Bell Park reunion, so he'll be tying one on today, I reckon.
Oh,
so
wow,
shout out to Boxer.
Yeah, actually started last night, I believe.
Oh, gee,
there was a dinner last night. Of course they did. Having a chat to Peter Burke, who coached that team, came across from St Mary's with his brother David, and automatic success.
He was in fine form on Thursday morning too, wasn't he, Berkey?
Representing Burke Britain.
Yeah, he was good.
Good supporters of the Read the Play fundraising breakfast. Actually, though, the presenting partner, Grovedale and Geelong West. This has got upset on the sticky wicket of Burdu Reserve. I'm actually tipping Grovedale this afternoon.
Oh, yes, it's terrible out there when it's... Oh, imagine the middle of gravy. Hey, it'll be delicious out there at Burdu. Yeah, and I think Grovedale might beat them, actually. What do you reckon, Robbo?
I think we'll go with West.
Oh.
Yep.
Birchie?
Yeah, I'm going with Geelong West.
I didn't ask if you Bell Parks and Albans tip because...
yeah, that's unanimous.
Yeah. Lara in South Barwon. Lara made life tough for Neildy's boys back in round 2. Actually led in time on that one, but I suspect this might be a little bit different, Trav.
South Barwon 10 goals.
Swannies.
Swans.
Newtown and Chilwell and Colac.
Well, I think we said in the podcast, Colac have to win. Like, they have to keep winning. These are sort of games that they notoriously drop when they're away from home.
Bailey Scott back.
Yeah, they're going to...
From Essendon.
Yeah,
no,
they will beat Newtown.
No Joffy.
It's in Colac, isn't it?
No, Ellerslie. That'll be nice and chopped up.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, different, but still, I'll take Colac there too.
And
Colac.
Yep, Colac. And Joey's in North Shore, Birchie. It could be another day out for De Grandy and Lewis.
Go to Grandy with that goal kicking. Yes, Joey's easily.
Robbo's picking North Shore because he's to play for.
Do you reckon old North Shore people will be seeing Hunter Lewis run around in a Joey's jumper this Savo, like they've watched a Kershaw run around in a Joey's jumper, like they've seen an Atkins run around in a Joey's jumper and go,
And a Matt Keast run around.
it's Mary's jumper, yeah. You know, why aren't these kids playing at North Shore?
Probably, but
the only ones that have hung around are the Purcells and and Dylan Watt played a bit of footy in the old man's 26.
Yeah. But Hunter Lewis, good little player, isn't he? He knows where to find the sticks.
Could he play higher? We know he walked away from the Falcons last year.
Yeah, look, I think he's probably a couple of years away from. Like, I would want him to become a consistent GFL player before, because I think sometimes they see the alluring lights and go too early. You're better off being a really consistent GFL player before you take that next step. And yes, I think he could, but if I was Ron Watt, I'd be encouraging him to hang around for a little bit longer.
He's in good hands there, isn't he?
Yeah, Ronnie's done and Killer's done. Look, we shouldn't be surprised by that, but he's just a terrific man. And talking to some of the players within the St Joseph's football club, he's done an awesome job.
That's the voice of Trav Robertson in the experts chair this afternoon, thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport, Ryrie Street in Geelong. Of course, Matty Kershaw not with us this afternoon as he heads to GMHBA Stadium to watch his young fella Liam make his debut in the Geelong VFL team. Got the call up during the week. Down to you, Birchie. Have they tossed the coin yet?
Yeah, Leopold won the toss. They'll kick to the Port Arlington road end.
Thank you for that, Birchie. So that's kicking to the left of your KRockFootball.live smart device, or for those watching through the AFL Barwon live stream, which is just kicked in from here at Memorial Park, kicking to the left of your screen. So let's go around the panel. Winner and margin this afternoon, please, Laurie Hill. Leopold by 18 for Laurie Hill. Birchie.
Oh, it's a tough one today. I think St Mary's by 10 points.
Jace.
I've tossed up all week. I picked the Leopold once and then St Mary's once. Robbo's here, so I'll pick Leopold by 3 points.
What are you tipping St Mary's by, Trav?
27.
27. There is a level of confidence there.
Back around.
St Mary's for me this afternoon. Not by much. This could be a kick in. This could be an absolute cracker this afternoon between these two teams. Just keep an eye on some Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchups. Looks like Edmonds and Sherman on this near side wing are going to go head to head. So it'll be Maishman, Keast. So straight to the middle for Matty Keast in his return from injury, and Harry Benson also back after being a late withdrawal through illness to rove at the feet of Minchin. Bumstead, Williamson, Feely and Marcus Thompson makes for a very, very tidy matchup inside the middle of the ground this afternoon, Trav.
And we've got Jet Matthews, looks like he's gone to Michael Rudd, so that'll be interesting as well. He's definitely got height advantage.
For White Cross Healthcare, first quarter underway. Harvey Norman, here's Jace.
Bumstead got it down to Brock Williamson, and he's not going anywhere because Joe Maishman put him in to the middle of the Memorial Park. Well, it's not turf really, it's the mud. Umpire Ganachia picks the footy up and puts it back into the air. Minchin gets it down to the side. They're trying to get it out of there, I think. They do now. Benson gets it kicked towards centre half forward. Pepper comes out for Leopold. Rides the bump with Cropley. He gets wrapped up, and umpire Ganachia will come in and ball it up just forward of the centre circle for St Mary's. The ball comes to the side. Thompson, this time Marcus puts the tackle on. Not going anywhere. And umpire Ganachia with another ball up.
30 seconds gone on the Barwon Foods time clock. Sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong. Minchin from behind. Beautiful tap to Matty Keys. Keys for St Mary's puts it inside forward 50. Bounces at the feet of Rudd. Set all right for him, but Matthews is going to win the footy. Just jammed it on the boot without looking towards half-back. Giddings, it'll bounce over his head. He's got Burke for company. Burke took it cleanly. Lost it in the tackle of Williamson. Thrown out by Sherman. Ham. Maishman. A kick now inside 50 for St Mary's. Not well placed. Pepper with a fist. Front of the pack. Copley got one high. Surely a free kick. Not seen by the umpire. Play on. Jammed on the boot by Sherman, and standing all alone is Travellini in the right forward pocket, unmarked. Well, there should have been a free kick paid to Copley, Robbo, to start off with.
Yeah, he's pretty good at attracting the free kick, so maybe the umpires are cotton on to him a bit. But I noticed the St Mary's started with a really interesting tactic of starting with 19 on the ground. Not sure anyone else saw that, but Dion Johnson quickly realised that he shouldn't have been on the deck. And
Travellini's shot at goal has stayed skinny and missed to the near side through for behind. First score of the afternoon on the K-Rock Harvey Norman scoreboard is behind to Jesse Travellini. Leopold yet to score. St Mary's one behind, a minute 40 played on the Barwon Foods time clock.
So Ollie Tate, lucky he wasn't a score, Robbo. I would have taken him off.
Old point.
19 on the ground. So he plays on from fullback, goes to the outer side, goes up, good mark. Harris Jennings takes it, as it has become the norm with the kick out sometimes. He goes towards centre wing with the kick off the back of the pack and now forward. Handball from Marcus Thompson out to Williamson. Always good on that centre wing position. Kick though, scrambled it towards Benson for St Mary's. He's wrapped up by Jake Pitt. Not going anywhere. Right half forward, Leopold into attack. They're going to have a boundary throw in on the outer side.
Do you notice who wasn't in the reserves for Leopold today?
Who was that?
Trent West.
Yes, no.
One game back and a bit sore.
Bit sore, boundary throw in. Bumstead got it down. Tate, he did the kicking in. He couldn't take it. Tries to get it away just to get the scrambly little kick. Comes to the back. Maishman's handball over the top. Sam Scott's going to track it back as well. Getting across there as well was Braden Ham. Close to the boundary line. We'll have another boundary throw in at right half forward for the Lions.
Well, jumper clash hasn't been too bad so far, even with St Mary's deciding that blue shorts was the better option on a very dirty day. The white shorts may never have recovered despite as much nappy sand as you could use. Boundary thrown from behind Minchin. Did he give away a free kick to Bumstead? And he did. So Cole Bumstead at right half forward, about 65 from home, gives a handball off, and the kick comes inside 50. Might have been Feely to the pocket, leading out. Annandale got a shove from Harry Ling, and that'll be a free kick. If that's the matchup for Wombat Gully Plant Farm, that'll cause all sorts of height issues for Harry Ling, Robbo, with Annandale.
yeah, look, he does look to be a little bit taller than Harry, but Harry does have the attribute to play small and tall, but he looks like he's got a bit of leg speed too, Max, so that was a terrific inside 50 entry for Leopold.
Queenscliff Jr. spent some time over at East Perth, and after a long spell out with injury, finds himself now playing his third senior game with Leopold after 3 or 4 in the reserves. This will suit his left boot. Just swings out to open up the angle, sends it on its way, but he's left it to the Gary Larson far side and through for a behind. And we are all tied up, one behind a piece. First quarter, K-Rock Harvey Norman scoreboard. Leopold 1, St Mary's 1. Sounds like the Euro Cup final, about 85 minutes in before Jose Maria Alathabal's long-lost cousin scored the goal.
What a shame that was.
You're either pro-English or you're anti-English, and Robbo's just put his cards on the table there. One behind a piece, and Ham to bring the ball back into play for the Saints.
So Braden Ham comes broadcast side, looking for Minchin. Bumstead, he's got 3 against him. Oh, in the middle, Hamlin hanger, touchy. Tom Feely now goes back inside 50 with the kick. Couple of there. Pitt can take the mark off the side of the pack. Handball from Hughes, or St Mary's under pressure. Annandale right in the goal square, comes back, couldn't pick it up. Now Wagner, can he get it? The piano tuner kicks it across the face of goal. Damien McMahon can't keep it in the back pocket. We'll have a boundary throw in the Leopold forward 50. And scrambling defence from St Mary's there. They push it.
Couple of nervous handballs.
It was a couple of nervous ones. Boundary throw in now. 1 point apiece as we played 5 minutes first term.
Ball hurled back into play. Bumstead got rid of Minchin in the ruck couldn't take it cleanly, then took it on the bounce and then got dumped in a tackle. Umpire said, give it to me. Umpires this afternoon, Steve Ganachia, Errol Burns and Aaron Riches controlling this one. Ball into the air again in the right forward pocket for Leopold. Port Road into the ground, tapped down by Bumstead. It's going to spill. And off the outside of the right boot goes Billy Ritchie, a ball that at the top of the square is flown for by Pitt, who landed awkwardly. He's grabbing the back of his head. Keep an eye on him, Birchie, but they'll clear. Ham's kick, not great. Pepper marks in front of Travellini, who went toe-to-toe in last year's preliminary final. Pepper laterally to Ritchie. He's got Burgess all alone right in front of our best seats in the house for APCO Cafe 24/7. Still screaming for a Burgess. Now Ritchie sends it inside forward 50. Giddings his target. Back of the pack, Scott can't take it. Handball out of the pack was good by Ling, but it's going to now deflect out of bounds, and in the left forward pocket be a boundary throw in at the northern end of the ground. One behind a piece. Robbo, what have you made for the Sporting Globe of these opening 6 minutes of play between the two?
Can't really distinguish on who's got any momentum at the moment. I guess in the last 3 or 4 minutes, Leopold have probably started to get a little bit of ascendancy, I'd suggest.
Left forward pocket, lines into attack, northern end of the ground, boundary throw in. Minchin in front, got it down with the left hand. Pack develops around him, he picks it up again, shuffles the handball out. Case gets slung as he gets the rid of it. Now the piano tuner gets it to Scott. He couldn't pick it up, kick was smothered. Off the front, Loftus, now Maishman with a clearing kick for Samari's outside. Oh, one-hander, Hamlet hanger. Harris Jennings does beautifully and goes with a kick inside 50, getting back McMahon, Damien for Samari through the traffic. Williamson needs to finish it off with the Inspirations paint goal of the day because he did all the hard work and ended up pushing it out of bounds in the left forward pocket, and it will be a boundary throw in.
You won't see better than that from Harris Jennings. That was unbelievable.
Just gully catch, that was.
That's sort of Peter Cantrell, those two catches he took.
Peter Cantrell, stop it.
Remember when he came on as a sub-fielder in the Ashes back in about 1990 at the Gabba?
Peter Cantrell.
And he took a couple of blinders. Tap down Bumstead, front of the pack. Edmonds tries to don't argue on Connors. That should be holding the ball. When you put the arm up, surely, Robbo, to fend off, isn't that holding the ball?
Yeah.
Peter Cantrell. Wow, I'm writing that down.
Rain starts to fall again here at Memorial Park. Minchin from behind, maybe Bumstead getting a piece of it. Loftus, good to see him back. Connors takes on the tackle. Turn it, oh, crunch. Pepper one way, Benson the other. No quarter given or asked for. Now Williamson wants to get involved. Loftus wants to get involved. Williamson as well. Where's Pepper? He's just off the side of the pack, but he'll be involved before the day's out.
More to hurt Harry, I reckon.
Yes, pretty strong. I think that won't hurt him. Boundary throwing right in front of the best seats in the house thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Free kick found. Marcus Thompson's got it left half forward for Leopold. He wants to go long. He's got a number of players to kick it to. Pitt's one of them, and also getting out is Giddings, who takes the mark. And too strong, too big, and has taken the mark about 30 out. A bit worse than a 45-degree angle, but a chance for Connor Giddings. That's a good mark in the weather, Robbo.
Times plus Marcus Thompson, but the way he moves at a stoppage and can get the ball on the move was terrific to watch.
Used to frustrate you as a coach. Seen 1,000 times. So Connor Giddings, right forward pocket, northern end of the ground. Rain starts to tumble down a bit heavier here too at Memorial Park. He comes in, right foot kick, goal umpire. He's going to watch it roll across the face of goal and through for one behind. So they double their score. Leopold 2 behinds, Samari's 1 behind, and that is on the Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
AFC X-Poll came in at Samari 63%, Leopold 37% of the win-loss vote this afternoon, thanks to KFC, Newcombe, Belmont and North Geelong open until midnight 7 days a week. And it's going to be a free kick at half-back, and Leopold are getting the rub of the green on the Kerr's high stat sheet so far with the umpires. Giddings being deemed as being held onto in the marking contest from a standing start. Kicks to about 25 from goal. Flying but not marking was Hughes at the front of the pack for the Saints. Copley came through. Chance for Ritchie. He picks up the footy and he's wrapped up in a tackle, and we will get a ball up. 52 out from the Leopold goal. Leopold 2, St Mary's 1. The score thanks to the BBC World Service. Tapped down by Minchin. Trying to get off the ground is Chalcraft, but going nowhere. And I suspect we're going to see plenty of these this afternoon, Robbo.
Yeah, we've had a few stoppages already, haven't we? And it's not going to get any better, I don't think, with the weather that's coming in.
Ball up, Minchin gets it down. Case roves the back of the pack for St Mary's. Kick goes inside the centre square. Dobson couldn't take the mark, needed some help, got some, but the pack develops in the end. And getting up off the ground is Chalcraft. Umpire Burns to come across, throw the ball in the air. Minchin pushed off it by Bumstead, who got it down. Tate Roves got to kick away under pressure. Still in dispute in the middle. Minchin just taps it on. Gains 20 metres. It was all right. Dobson got it inboard. Damien McMahon runs through the middle of Memorial Park. Goes inside 50. At the back, Peck. Couldn't take it. Pepper and Thompson there for Leopold. Pepper, just a short little kick. Might be okay. The Undertaker, Sheehan. He gets it on the outboard. They go wide. They're out of trouble. Tate takes it at half back.
We're down to Birchie in a moment for South Point Garden Supplies. Just getting up on that rain that has just settled in for the moment. Kick to the wing from Tate. It's a high ball. He wants Giddings, who in these conditions might find it a bit tougher to clunk his marks. That time he couldn't hang on to, and it's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Birchie, down to you.
Yeah, that light drizzle started to fall again, which is just making it a little bit tricky out there and the ball a bit slippery.
South Point Garden Supplies, 15 Boneyards Avenue in Torquay. Just behind the Bunnings is where you'll find them. Ball hurled back into play. Favours Bumstead, and Bumstead with a big fist gets it 25 metres forward, make it about 35 metres forward. It rolls. Burke can't take it cleanly for St Mary's. Handball out of the pack by Billy Clark. The kick inside forward 50, a high ball. Might have been Feely. Flying for the mark was Annandale, couldn't mark, but got it from Pitt. Snaps it high ball towards the top of the square. Edmonds sits underneath it. Tried to knock it to his own advantage. Rather, it was Edwards, I should say. Dives on the footy, knocks it out of bounds. That is insufficient intent from Jake Edwards. Umpire Riches on the spot with the right decision, and the free kick belongs to Kane Loftus in the right back pocket of the Port Road end of the ground. Short little kick marked by McMahon. That was out of bounds, and it sort of just drifted back into the field of play for McMahon to mark.
Do we think there's any wind advantage in this game? We're going straight across.
I think more across the ground. Well, Wesley's going to be free kick for a hold. Going which way? And it'll come back to be a hold against Dion Johnston, maybe on Pepper. Just down to you, Birchie. That wind, can you just clarify for Robbo?
Yeah, there is. The rain is coming down on a little bit of an angle towards the Bellarine Highway end, and a few of the water carrier here, his little vest is sort of blowing that way too a little bit. So very slight, but perhaps favouring the end that St Mary's are kicking to.
Robbo, you didn't like what you just saw there in terms of the decision paid for a hold inside the Leopold 50?
No, I didn't. They're very, very whistle-happy umps at the moment. But anyway, I hope they stay consistent during the day.
And the experts
being as consistent as Matt Kershaw here at the moment. Is that sort of...
Well, Kershaw would have gone off a bit more, I think, than you, Robbo. So you've probably done pretty well there.
Trying to stay neutral.
You are, apart from the hand gestures that are in the box that people can't see.
Travis Robertson in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe, and it's Billy Clark with a shot at goals. Kicked 13 goals this year from 12 starts. Reserves best and fairest last year for Leopold. Started that left, and that is where it stayed through for a minus score. So they are now Leopold 3, St Mary's 1, and we've gone 13 minutes without a goal in this opening term on the Barham Foods time clock. Barham Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road in North Geelong.
So Sherman kicks it in from full-back for St Mary's, goes to the outer side, looks for a mark. He finds one. Damien McMahon takes the mark at half-back for the visitors. And going now, short little kick to Maishman. Takes it at defensive 50, comes back inside to Damien McMahon. Right across the face of goal. Oh. Dangerous kick, very dangerous, because Max Annandale walks in and kicks the goal. So he's turned the ball over, and he was looking there for Noah Biggs, but the ball just hung just enough for Max Annandale to come across and put the first goal of the afternoon on the board. They are 1-3-9. They lead St Mary's one behind. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
I think we've just confirmed which way the wind's blowing.
Very dangerous because Max Annandale walks in and kicks
up a little,
goal.
didn't it? So, yeah, I think Damo would like his time again.
Yes. That's a gift for Maxi Annandale. Good way to get yourself into the game as a big fella on a day like today.
The big guys have actually caught the ball pretty well, haven't they, given the conditions? Pretty sticky.
1-3-9 playing one behind. Opening quarter, Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Pond sells the biggest brands at Geelong's best prices. Tap down Bumstead, Roving Thompson. That's an interesting handball to Porter, who jams it on the boot towards right half forward. And it rolls into the path of Edmonds. He'll look to use his toe against Connors, who stuck to the task admirably. Later tackle and forced the ball out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Plenty of feeling in this one too. They're fair to say that the two clubs don't necessarily like each other at 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, Rollo.
I can confirm.
Boundary throw in, right half forward for the Lions. Minchin from behind. Giddings got it down for Leopold. Goes to the front. Porter ripped off the football. Ball spills free. McMahon gives it away. Ham gets a scrambling kick towards Loftus in the middle. He's wrapped up by Pepper straight away, holding the ball. Bang. Andrew Pepper will take the free kick for Leopold.
As soon as you put the arm up to fend off.
That's it. Goes inside 50 with the kick. Oh, bash from behind Ling. Ball spills to the back of the pack. Getting around, turning around was Williamson, who get it back to Tate. And he takes the mark and will shoot for goal from 40 out directly in front. They just got the rub of the green, haven't they, at the moment?
10 minutes, you'd suggest they've owned the game, really. I mean, I can only remember one, possibly two inside 50s for St Mary's, so they really do need to sort of just ice the game a bit and get a bit of possession of the footy, I think.
So Ollie Tate, 40 out directly in front for the second for Leopold. It's going to be a day where it's going to be difficult to kick goals, and he has done well there to float it up and put it through. So his first of the afternoon, and the second for Leopold, 2-3-15. They lead St Mary's one behind. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices. And the experts chair for the Sporting Globe, Eat, Drink, Sport, Ryrie Street, Geelong. Here is Robbo.
Well, they've skipped out now, haven't they? And the margin at 2.5 goals is pretty handy in the conditions we've got. And it's really important to kick your goals, as you were saying before, Kingy. You probably won't get that many opportunities, and the last couple of shots on goal have been terrific from Leopold.
Talking about skipping away, Werribee 32 lead the Northern Bull Ants, no score.
Oh, whack.
At Churnside Park as the Tigers look to bed down a top four finish, back in the middle. Giddings doing the ruck work this time. Head over the footy and going to ground was Benson. He somehow got to his feet, then lost the footy in the tackle. A little fresh airy by Copley. Scoot forward. Burgess snapped it around the corner. A rolling ball. Thompson in front of Connors. Connors again keeping Thompson in check. Although the ball didn't get to the boundary line. It did in the end as Edmonds fumbled it out. Boundary throw-in at right half forward. Matty Copley just went... If he had got good connection here, that was going to hammer inside forward 50.
But unfortunately for Coppers, he missed the ball completely.
Ball back into play for Minchin and Giddings. It's actually going to bounce off the shoulder of Giddings. Damien McMahon gets a handball away. Rolling ball towards the boundary line. Copley buffeted off it by Porter. Burgess through traffic was clean, and the short kick was good for Giddings, who marks about 75 from home.
Turned himself off. That was great. Giddings, 75 from goal, goes into the middle of it towards Pitt, and Scott was there as well. Ball spills free. Sherman at the back. Handball under pressure. Thompson, Marcus comes and puts the pressure on, and the Moth says it's held in. Will be a ball up in the right forward pocket for Leopold. Deep into attack, and Minchin has worked his way down there for St Mary's. He's going to be up against Connor Giddings. They go up. Giddings gets it down to the side beautifully. The Piano Tuner's kick was partly smothered and then punched out over the boundary line from a St Mary's perspective. And we'll have a boundary throwing. Talk about around the grounds getting going. Geelong West 26, Grovedale 1.
Right.
So,
can I have that tip back?
Hang on a minute. They will be kicking with the breeze at Boodoo.
Yeah,
so it's okay. It's all right. Wait till half time.
What else is happening score-wise, Jace, for Leopold supporters as we wait for the ball to come back?
Bell Park 11, St Albans 1, South Barwon 26, Lara 6, Colac 3, Newtown 0, and St Joey's 13, North Shore 0.
Free kick for a hold off the footy. So I reckon that might be against Joe Maishman. Again, it's Tate Porter, and Porter's going to have a shot at goal from the right forward pocket. And a chance for Leopold's third, and a very handy 20-point buffer approaching time on in this opening term from Leopold Memorial Park. Tate Porter, the recruit from Maryvale, most recently down in the Warrnambool region, and he's kicked the goal, Tate Porter. And they're up and about other lines in this opening term after getting a 7-goal hiding back in round 2 at Anthony Costa Oval. They've started a lot better here. 3-3-21 plays one behind opening quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices. And in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe, here's Trav Robertson.
I think you can certainly tell that the Leopold Footy Club have got themselves up for this game. We heard from our guest before the game, Tom Gordon, about looking after themselves and playing for themselves and getting themselves up, and they've done a terrific job to start with.
Back in the middle, Minchin gets it down for St Mary's. Left it in the end for Benson. Got a clearing kick towards centre half forward. Bounces over a couple. Dobson. He couldn't take it though cleanly. At the back, the Undertaker. Sheehan gets it out wide with the kick coming the other way. Ham. He got one high. Probably should get a free kick and will. And the former Essendon AFL player will take the ball on centre wing and go with a left foot kick to centre half forward, just sets it up. Dobson was getting back there, but Pitcher got back there for Leopold as well, got a hand to it, close to the boundary line, and pretty happy to see it over, I think, the Leopold defence there. And Will Sheen gives the ball back to the boundary umpire. We'll have a boundary thrown in the left forward pocket for St Mary's.
I reckon somebody's just turned the temperature down a couple of degrees, Birchie, in the last 2 or 3 minutes. Just a little bit more chill in the air.
Yeah, and that breeze has sprung up a little bit. I'm chatting to the Leopold bench here. It sort of swirls when you're out there, but it's definitely favouring St Mary's end. Dobson
won the tap. Feely did the roving, though, for Leopold. Lost it in the tackle. Head over the footy. Might have been Shawcraft. Did he cop one? Umpire didn't see it that way. And we'll get a stoppage with Sheen held up for Leopold, almost at the top of his defensive goal square. Umpire Ganachia to put it into the air, about 12 metres out from the St Mary's goal. They're desperately looking for one. Tap down Sheehan. Benson off the pack. Went to ground as he tried to kick. Ball taken by Copley, who's taken in a good tackle by Ollie Tate. And in the right forward pocket now. Still about 12 to 15 metres out from goal. Another stoppage. So repeat stoppages inside forward 50, which will make coaches Rayner and Keast happy. Dobson in the ruck. Ball's going to spill for Billy Clark. Dumped by Benson. Really good tackle. Dragged him to ground, and we'll get another stoppage as we approach 21 1/4 minutes played on the Barham Foods time clock. Lights are on here at Memorial Park. Leopold 3-3-21. St Mary's one behind.
So ball up deep into St Mary's attack. Dobson goes up, big thump away by Sheen, comes back towards Ling, who gives it away for St Mary's. Quick tackle, Pitts there as well. Ling tries to break free, ball spills free, still in a big pack. Umpire, come in, ball it up, please.
There's a lot of players.
There is a lot of players, and they're all wearing green. And they're all wearing dark shorts, and it's...
Bit of heat.
Yes, there is a bit of heat. Dobson goes up in the ruck contest again. Ball spills free. Marcus Thompson slung to the ground by his opposite number 3, Matt Keast. And the umpire will come in and ball it up again. So still about 40 metres out from St Mary's goal. Big pack. And as Robbo said, around this ball going up. Giddings has got it down, falls to the Benson, put his head and his hands over the ball. Now it spills free. Ham's handball was good around the corner. Keast towards the pocket. Harry McMahon pushed Sheehan towards the ball. He got it close to the boundary line. Thompson Trent tries to keep it in. Now Loftus kick around the corner, but only as far as Harris Jennings, and he'll take the saving mark for Leopold.
One of numerous players with the Hampton League as their background that are out on the ground this afternoon. You can almost name a team of Hampton League expats playing in the GFNL at the moment. And I'll tell you what, if you played it against a GFNL combination, it'd be a pretty good game of footy. Of those who are locals, Rudd has been paid the mark in our White Cross Healthcare head-to-head this afternoon. Delivers a left foot kick, not a great kick for Dobson, doing him no favours, and coming across is Harris Jennings to knock it out of bounds and a boundary throw-in.
Off our personal Twitter. Robbo is going okay, probably needs to lift a little. Who would that have been from?
Grant Creeley.
No, Kirsch.
Hello to Creels, though. Good afternoon,
Creels.
Ball back into play. Tap down Bumstead. Roving Feely through traffic over handball. Burgess outside of the right boot. Bananas a kick towards the outer wing. Flying but not marking Rudd off the hands of the pack. Burke turns and sends a kick forward for St Mary's. Well, I was going to say it wasn't a great kick, but coming up and marking on the chest, Copley, who turns and kicks quickly, and Dobson is able to mark. Now, why has Pitcher coming to lay a tackle? No, I'm not sure what Pitcher actually is arguing, that he may have been actually Travellini stopped him from getting to the marking contest with a little block. Just having that conversation now with umpire Ganachia, but all the while Sam Dobson doesn't care because he's going back to have a shot at goal.
Just trying to work out whether St Mary's have rolled Michael Rudd back as a loose or they've changed him down to defence. Certainly to a good grab to repel that entry.
Yeah, now a 50-metre penalty, I reckon. So Daniel Pitcher...
We're so happy, these blokes, aren't they?
Daniel Pitcher's got him for not standing still on the mark. So this is going to gift Sam Dobson. What was probably going to be a goal is now an absolute dead set certainty, and Sam Dobson just walks in and chips it over the top of the head of Trent Thompson and gets St Mary's get there first. It's taken 24 1/4 minutes on the Barham Foods time clock, but they pull the margin back to 14. Harvey Norman, K-Rock scoreboard, 3-3-21 Leopold, and the first goal of the afternoon for St Mary's, 1-1-7, and in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe, Travis Robertson. And yes, there has been a lot of whistle in this opening quarter of play.
Sure what the free kick count is, but it'd be high. But yes, can confirm Michael Rudd has gone behind the footy, so St Mary's trying to just hold the game up a little.
Starting to sound more and more like Kirsch all the time, Robbo. Ball from the middle, the piano tuner. Gets it long, inside 50 for Leopold. Falls the back, Chip gets it away. Connors gives it to Rudd. There's that extra man. Goes out wide with the kick. Missed the target. Damien McMahon was it, but he was standing outside the boundary line. Was on the full, so Billy Ritchie kicks it back in. Feely takes the mark. 55 from goal. Spears the ball. The piano tuner takes it. Wagner, right forward pocket. Northern end of the ground. Logan has it.
He's absolutely burnt Brock Williamson.
Oh,
he's going there now.
He went there. He burned him first time, didn't burn him the second time.
I actually reckon he burned him twice. It might not have been the third time.
Not burnt, just singed this time. And Brock Williamson.
Can he kick this?
Yeah, he kicks this. So
if anybody in the comp kicks it, it's Brock Williamson.
Very skillful man, Brock Williamson. Now that we've said that, he's going to miss it to the near side. So he comes in with a right foot kick, and he has popped it into the square, off hands at the front of the pack. Big pack there as well, not going anywhere. Nachos comes in, he'll ball it up in the goal square. It's 3-3-21. Leopold, St Mary's 1-1-7. 26 played first term.
Cole Bumstead, the unlikely rover there for Leopold. He'll do the ruck work now. He grabbed it out of the ruck, tried to jam it on the boot. It's on the goal line, and I reckon it's been socketed through. Claiming the goal is Connor Giddings.
We need the VAR here.
I don't think we have it, unfortunately. Much discussion, and what is the decision? It's going to be a goal. Oh, and the St Mary's players are far from impressed. Heads go back. Connor Giddings doesn't care because I think he's found himself with a goal. I'm not sure whether we'll get a replay.
He's been convinced, I reckon.
I'm not sure whether we're going to get a replay here or not. So we're just getting a feed of the game. It's slightly on delay to what is live happening here at Leopold Memorial Park. Robbo, keep an eye on that screen. I'll give the score. It's 4-3-27. Leopold, St Mary's 1-1-7. Harvey Norman, first quarter scoreboard. The ball was on the ground, and Connor Giddings was very quick to put his hands in the air after he was able to, well, we think, soccer it over the line, but much conjecture as we're back in the middle and getting the ball forward for Dobson to mark. Haven't seen a replay yet, though, unfortunately.
Minchin got it forward, but then Copley, he actually got a free kick as Dobson was taking the mark for a hold. So then he kicks the ball into the right forward pocket for St Mary's.
Matt Keast.
Matt Keast has taken the mark. Will shoot for goal from 30 out. A bit worse than a 45-degree angle.
Kicks goals better than his old man.
Yeah, no, he was no good at it either. So let's just have a crack. So Matty Keys back from an injury and back in the senior side this afternoon. A chance for a quick reply after that Leopold goal. He comes in, southern end of the ground, and he has pushed across the face of goal and through for one behind. So they go to 1-2-8 now, St Mary's. Leopold 4-3-27. Harvey Norman K-Rock. First quarter scoreboard. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices.
28 minutes almost played on the Barwon Foods time clock. The first quarter's just flown by. Into the right back pocket. Tate found Wagner. Wagner to half back. Flying Bumstead couldn't mark off the hands of the pack. Feely freed the arms and gave a handball to Clark. Gave it off to Pitcher. Pitcher sends a kick towards half forward. Burke flew, couldn't mark. Here's Williamson hit and spin out of the pack. Tried to release Edmonds. Just missed him. He was away too, Jimmy Edmonds. His eyes were about to light up and have a shot at goal, but he just couldn't handle the footy, and it's out of bounds for a boundary throw. But just that easy transition from the kick-ins would be concerning for Keaston, Rayner, Robbo.
Yeah, but I guess the positive for the St Mary's side is that the length of they've been able to kick the ball. So I don't think it's necessarily favouring any end. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, their exits have been pretty clean.
From the ruck contest, Maishman had it, but then he got tackled well by Feely. And he will take the free kick on centre wing on the outer side. Goes inside 50 with the kick. Big pack. Giddings comes to the front. Minchin tapped it on for St Mary's. Damien McMahon tracks it. Tate, his opposite number 16. He tried to get the kick away. It was smothered. Maishman gets a clearing kick for St Mary's. Might be okay. Copley at the back. Punched away. Trent Thompson for Leopold. Comes to Braden Ham. Wrapped up. He's not going anywhere. Ball spills free though. The umpire says what? He says it is.
Ball it up.
They're going to ball it up, he says, umpire Ganachia. And he will ball it up in between wing and half forward on the outer side. And in weather terms, it's bloody dark here. God, it's dark, isn't it?
Lights are on at Memorial Park. Umpire puts it into the air. Tapped down in the ruck contest by Bumstead. Feely put his head over the foot. He's going to be a free kick, though, going to St Mary's.
Right.
And it's going to go to Keast for a throw. kicks it into the left forward pocket. A one-on-one, players go to ground. There's going to be a free kick going which way? Against Dobson and going to Sheehan for a hold. As we tick towards 30 minutes play, can't be too far away from quarter time. Sheehan, elegant kicking style, sort of Zach Guthrie style to half back, flying but not marking. Giddings off the hands of the pack. Rudd, who's back behind the footy, turns and snaps a kick, and not for the first time this afternoon for Kerr's higher. Kirsch likes to keep the out of bounds on the full stats, and that's another one for Michael Rudd.
It's 2 for Ruddy.
And the free kick with Andrew Pepper. Just been told off the personal KFC X that Peter Cantrell was out drinking to 3 a.m. the morning he took those 2 catches.
The ball goes towards centre wing. Somebody on your personal crew needs to get a life as well. Now the ball, Benson. Kick was smothered.
That was Kirsch too.
He handballed it away. Connors, he gets a clearing kick, but only as far as Tate on centre wheel. Back end of centre wing for Leopold. Rain really falling now at Memorial Park. Goes across centre half forward. Coming out, Hughes couldn't take the mark. Ball spills free. Leopold. Williamson wrapped up, dropped the footy. Umpire said he got rid of it. Now Samari's with the numbers. Short little kick is okay. They're in the middle of the ground. Chalcraft has it.
Chalcraft sends a kick very wide, looking for Peck. Had to wait for it. Sheen came hard. Peck couldn't complete the mark, but he went to ground level. Just was able to shovel it forward. But Tate, who's been really good. Handball. Thompson just hacks it forward. One-on-one. Scott found the body of Ling, but the ball got out the back. Coming across was Hughes to ensure that he was going nowhere. Sam Scott, and the ball out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. And that is quarter time here at Memorial Park. An entertaining opening quarter. Leopold taking control and getting to a 19-point buffer. 4-3-27, playing 1-2-8 as the rain falls here on a Saturday afternoon. We'll take a break from here at Memorial Park. We'll be back on the other side. We'll go around the grounds for Leopold Sporties, your complete family venue. The thoughts of Travis Robertson in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. And we'll also check in with injury updates for St John of God with
Read the Play is a Geelong-based charity that delivers mental health and wellbeing programs to sporting clubs in the Barwon region. We've been in operation for over 17 years and in that time delivered the program to more than 30,000 participants. Young people are less likely than any other age group to seek professional support for their mental health and wellbeing. And that's why Read the Play is an important catalyst to start those conversations within sporting clubs to get people talking about their mental health and wellbeing.
A typical Read the Play session happens in a sporting club. We come to them in the sporting clubs and we are able to provide them with education opportunities. We talk to them about what mental health is, and then we encourage them to think about how they can support themselves, support others.
For us going forward, it's about working with more sports in the Barwon region. We think we can do that by adding to our program suite and then going out to all sports in the region saying we want to deliver our mental health program for you for free. We're excited for the future of Read the Play because we know now more than ever how important our work is.
In the contest there, so we're getting a bit out of fields, but also nullifying Benson a bit, and that'll challenge them to do something different. Our forwards are good. They're playing in front, bringing the ball to the ground, which is really important against some areas because they like to transition out of there. So we can get some delay. That's good. And our backs, we've got the right matchups down back as well.
And considering the conditions, I thought your key position players did really well. You know, Thompson and Sheehan back there when they went inside forward 50, but then you've got some good marking options up forward and some good clunks early.
Yeah, well, it's going to be aerial. It's an aerial assault, both in our D50 and also our forward 50, and then who can get more looks through the middle, more territory through the middle part of the ground to supply the forward line. So at the moment, I think we're just ahead in our midfield, beating their midfield at the moment, which is giving our forwards good supply, and we're very sexy up front, as you know.
Yep, thanks, Buddha. Enjoy.
Did he use sexy? That's amazing. Aerial assault.
Aerial assault.
Yeah, I love Buddha. Love the access. Second quarter action for Morris Business Class Finance.
Down there.
Bumstead got held onto by Minchin, got it down. Maishman tries to get out of the middle, the glue pot, got it away. Feely, handball to Burgess, who runs back the wrong way. Going to reel around now and just go with a right foot kick from half back. Up the chimney towards centre wing. Big pack. Minchin got it down to the front. Feely gets back there again. Oh, blind turn was beautiful. Oh, and a bit of candy. And goes with the right foot towards centre half forward. Comes out the back. It might be there now. They go. Thompson just pins the ball towards Pitt, who comes out. In fact, it's Annandale who came out. They just moved. The transition of the footy was way too easy there, Robbo.
Yeah, it was, and it actually just comes down to defensive effort. There's a couple of attempted tackles that missed there that were pretty poor efforts.
So Max Annandale, who's kicked one already, this would be a fantastic start for the home team. As you wouldn't believe, the sun is actually brightly shining here at Memorial Park now.
Beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day. Comes in, right foot kick, left foot kick, Max Annandale straight through the middle. Has not left anything behind there, and he kicks his second, fifth for Leopold, 5-3-33. And they take the charge. St Mary's 1-2-8. Morris Business Class Finance. K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard. Asset Finance by Geelong people. Forward Geelong people. Call 1300 for Morris. The ball towards.
Yeah, as I said, I think there's, at the quarter time, I think defensively and aggression on the ball, Leopold are leading St Mary's at the moment, and the boys from St Mary's are going to need to knuckle down around their defensive efforts. Max
Annandale, 2 goals 1, leads St Mary's 1 goal 2. Minute played, second quarter. Umpire Richards puts it into the middle. Well, he actually throws it up. No bouncing here. He's in the glue pot. Or Copley used the body well, got rid of Williamson, then won the footy, gave a handball up. Quick kick forward for the Saints, and the mark taken by Pepper. Pepper has it after the kick from Elliot McDonald. Pepper sends the kick very, very wide, and with the one hand, Bumstead can't reel it in. He's no Harris Jennings. Ball's bobbling around. Bumstead put his head over the ball. Jamming out on the boot was Burgess, getting it forward about 8 metres. Over the top tackle laid by Travellini. Handball out of the pack, Loftus. He had it knocked from his grasp. Bumstead picked it up. It's going to spill back. Then the kick was smothered that came out from Burgess. And this is all very scrappy for the moment. Now there's going to be a free kick. Might be against Williamson for a throw. And it'll come back to Jesse Travellini, who has it on true centre wing on the outer side. Fighting hard. Brock Williamson, Travellini. Direct kick, and he's kicked it directly.
I saw him about two inside 50s, and the ball just keeps bouncing back out.
Sheehan, his kick was poor. He went looking for Edmonds, and Benson was able to get in the way. Couldn't reel it in, knocked it out of bounds for a boundary thrown. So a sedate start to the second quarter, bar the goal from Max Annandale. 5-3-33 Leopold. St Mary's 1-2-8. Second quarter action. Thanks to Morris Business Class Finance. Of course, Morris Business Class Finance. Nathan Murray and the team, great supporters of Carrock footy.
So the ball comes to the front. Thompson got one high. Bumstead got it down to him. He goes with a short little kick. Pick up on the half volley was okay. Edmonds gets through, handball to a standing start. Bumstead goes inside 50 with the kick. Punched away by Ling. Falls to the side of the pack. Giddings kept his feet. Couldn't pick up the football though. Needs some support. Giddings there again. Now he falls over. St Mary's defence working overtime. Just got the numbers. Thompson, was that a throw? Was it a play on? Was it advantage? What was the umpire? It was a throw. And it will be a free kick to St Mary's. It's going to come back, and Braden Ham's going to take the free kick for the visitors in inside defensive 50.
And the piano tuner just off key there.
Oh, you're working beautifully today, Tom. Gary Larson.
Oh, Peter Cantrell. Nothing will beat that.
Peter Cantrell. Wow, wee.
Braden Ham with the resultant free kick. About 30 metres from his defensive goal. Looks up and sees 35 players ahead of him. He wants the corridor. Risky kick, wanting Rudd. He had plenty on it. It was a well-weighted ball, and Rudd took it in the middle of the glue pot. And it might be 50. It is 50 because there was a man in the protected area. As Ben Casanelia says on K-Rock Football, bad things happen when you get into the protected zone. Tom Feely was the man, and then Braden Ham just came and gave him a little nudge just to remind him all about it. And Michael Rudd, he's going to have an opportunity to kick the Saints' second of the afternoon.
It's fair to say, Robbo, they probably need this.
Yeah, I think they do. And it was a pretty aggressive kick from Braden, given the conditions of the game. It paid off.
Man on the mark, stands 40 from goal. Rudd with a deliberate approach, kicks from 45, gets a really good piece of it, and kicks the goal. Second of the afternoon for the Saints. They move to Archbishop Desmond 2-2-14. May he rest in peace. Leopold 5-3-33 on the second quarter. K-Rock Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. Asset Finance by Geelong people. For Geelong people, call 1300 for Morris. Robbo, sometimes as a team you just need something to get you going. It might come from nowhere, and maybe just that 50-metre penalty gives you a goal in a way, and that helps the team get moving.
I think now what needs to happen is they need to get a good centre clearance and get a bit of front half game, because they need to just reduce the margin a little from here.
So back to the middle, Bumstead and Minchin. Bumstead tried to get it down, falls in the arms of Minchin, gets a clearing kick to half forward, goes towards Dobson at half forward flank. He can't take it. Now Jennings, he let it go, let his teammate pick it up, trying to create some space for him. He couldn't get away though from Michael Rudd. And we're going to have a ball up, 50 out from the St Mary's goal. Minchin gets it down again. Copley, just tried to get a fresh area in the end. He tried to get it away. Yeah, he has. Dobson, he's wrapped up, and the umpire says held in. And we'll have another ball up, only 30 metres out from the St Mary's goal.
Quick whistle from the umpire.
Very quick.
The ball spilled out.
Paul's been watching the AFL.
Yep. Ball into the air. Tap down Bumstead, lands at his feet. Here's Jennings getting away from the would-be tackle of Biggs and giving a handball to Burgess. Burgess again on the outside of that right boot to half-back, flying but not marking, was mentioned. Back of the pack, Ham just steadies himself. Outside the left boot, it was a mung floater. Keith couldn't mark it. Jennings couldn't take it cleanly on the bounce, but he got barreled into from behind by Dobson, and he'll take the resultant free kick. You have to think Michael Rudd now with 17 goals for the season as a key forward would have to be in some contention for Rookie of the Year in the GFNL. So young Max Mawson was actually dropped by South Barwon.
Jeez. Ball from deep 50 for Leopold. Goes towards Edmonds. Stolen away though. Ling had it. In fact, it was Burke who had it, lost it. Feely through the middle for Leopold. His handball didn't quite hit the target. Hold, said the umpire. Free kick. Going to come back. Leopold will take it. And nobody's too sure about whose it is.
Well, I think the free kick was a hold after the disposal release, so it's down the ground for Williamson.
Right, so Williamson's got it. Centre wing, goes to half forward with the kick. They line up. Oh, was that a mark? I think so. Giddings, strong hands in front. Oh, Burke, left half forward, southern end of the ground. Pops it up to the top of the square, and a hold. The Moth's found something, and he has found a hold. And he's found a hold against Matt Keast, and it's going to go to the piano tuner, Logan Wagner, who will shoot for goal from 48 directly in front.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what's going on.
There's a lot of whistle.
Oh, just let the boys play.
And just to let you know, I think around the grounds, Geelong West, I think the wind has changed at Boodoo. And he misses the piano tuner, so St Mary's boys will be happy about it. Geelong West 44, Grovedale 1.
Wow.
Morris Business Class Finance, K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard here. It's 2-2-14, St Mary's, Leopold 5-4-34.
7 minutes played, Barwon Foods time clock. Ham with a very audacious kick up the middle. Wants Dobson flying, couldn't take the mark. Real carry with the breeze, I reckon, with that kick too. Ham is a long kicker with a footy. Rudd, loose footy, taken by Williamson. Ball spilled out, jammed on the boot. Might have been Connors, but it was kicked straight to Mitch Burgess, who marks it left half back. Burgess turns and kicks quickly towards half forward. Tatey's target over the top. Burke, front of the pack. Williamson's front and square was good. Oh, that cheeky little bounce too. Steadies himself, sees an open goal, but he's kept it really low. Harry McMahon got his hands on the footy, knocked it away. Haven't called Harry McMahon much this afternoon, if at all. Yeah,
back.
And then Travellini's turned it over to Tate. Tate sends it towards Pitt, who flies, can't take the mark. Front of the pack, Pitt finds it. Pitt, a quick handball release. Scott had a fumble. Scott time to recover, kicked it straight up the shot tower. That won't be a mark. Play on is the call. Off the hands of the pack. Richie wanted to claim the mark. He's kidding himself. And now the umpire says, give it to me. I'll ball it up. Yeah, Harry McMahon just wasn't in the... Well, one of the leading goal kickers, if not, I think the leading goal kicker for St Mary's with 26 for the season, playing back behind the footy.
I think they're just trying to find some matchups up in the Leopold end that work.
Ali McDonald, fresh air shot for St Mary's. The piano tuner got it out. Touchy got it around the corner. Feely close to the boundary line. Pitt tried to keep it in. Gains about 5 metres. Kick off the ground. Was that a goal? Touched. Wow, wee. And Annandale it was who got the last kick. So they go to 5-5-35 Leopold. St Mary's 2-2-14. Morris Business Class Finance, K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard. And we have played 9 minutes in this second term on the Barwon Foods time clock.
And this time we'll bring it broadcast side a little bit shorter, and he finds Burke, who stands all alone just on defensive 50. Left half back, Queenscliff Road end of the ground. Burke with that awkward kicking style to the wing, not a great kick. Feely, well, Burgess actually spoiled him, should have just let him fly for the footy. Keast at the front of the pack, dragged down in a really good Feely and Porter tackle, and we'll get a ball up. True centre wing right in front of Birchie, who's down boundary side for AMB Australia Quality Shelving. Ball into the air. Minchin winning the tap down this time, rolls towards the boundary line. Tate tried to create a path for Burgess, but Burgess left the footy behind. Now it's back, and Benson was happy to see it out for a boundary throw-in.
Robbo might be stating the obvious here, but they really seem to be missing Blood and Garner, just their experience and positioning around the ground and the contest.
Yeah, it's the hardness around the ball and the contest is something that Jared and Jack both bring, and I think Leopold have them covered at the moment.
Boundary throw in centre wing. Both Bumstead and Minchin leave it behind. McDonald through the middle for St Mary's. Tried to break the Harris Jennings tackle, and that's holding the ball. He took them on. A bit of a fend, don't argue. And Harris Jennings says, well, I argued with you and I got the free kick. He's at right half back for Leopold, northern end of the ground. Thought it short to Mitch Burgess. He's still there. right in front of the best seats in the house thanks to Atco Cafe 24/7. No little bit of candy, dodges around. Short little kick, Ollie Tate got a bit of space and time. He takes it, short little kick further afield. Richie off a step, goes long towards the square, getting back, off hands at the back. Annandale, can he kick it through? He can! He kicks it out of mid-air. Max Annandale, beautiful skills from the big man. His third of the afternoon. And a sixth for Leopold, 6-5-41. They lead St Mary's 2-2-14. Morris, Business Class Finance, K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard in the Experts Chair. Thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport. Ryrie Street, Geelong. Here's Travis Robertson.
I spoke earlier about they're trying to find the right matchups down back, St Mary's, and the Annandale matchup's something they just haven't quite got right. He's a real handful.
They already had Gings and Pitt and Sheehan marking up forward. They've had the luxury of rolling Sheehan back with Annandale coming into the senior team. It's an unbelievable luxury that, especially we get good weather in September, that Leopold will have in the finals. Jammed on the boot by Porter after the ruck contest. Attacking it off half-back was Connors. He sent it long for St Mary's towards forward 50. Front position, Matthews couldn't hang on to it for Leopold. Johnston, the roving, turned and kicked to a one-on-one. Thompson and Peck in a wrestle. And I reckon it's going to be a free kick for a hold going to Lockie Peck.
It was too high if it was anything.
He almost had him in some sort of sleeper hold, NCIS sort of style.
You always worry when the two players are not sure which one it's going to go to.
And now 50-metre penalty. So another goal from a 50. Well, this will actually be all of three St Mary's goals from 50-metre penalties. Dobson, Rudd, and now Paul Peck's son. From top of the square, kicks the third, and he's got now 26 for the season, Lockie Peck, and joins Harry McMahon on that mark as the leading goal kicker for the Saints. And they pick up a much-needed goal. 3-2-20, pull the margin back to 21 points, 6-5-41, second quarter action, thanks to Morris Business Class Finance. It's asset finance by Geelong people, for Geelong people. Call 1300 for Morris. They've got to find another way to kick their goals, Robbo. Admittedly, that was going to be probably kicked from where it was, a bit like the Dobson one earlier, but can't keep getting gifted 50s to kick your goals.
No, you can't, and they need to be able to kick two in a row, which they haven't been able to do today. So we'll see how we go here.
So back to the middle. Umpire Ganachia. Connor Giddings having a run in the ruck for Leopold up against Nick Minchin. Throwing up Minchin, gets it down with the left fist. Wagner, he roves it for Leopold. Kicks out wide. Sherman puts it past Thompson, who picks it up. Well, he lost it in the end. He needs some support. He got it from Edmonds, who broke free. Got a quick kick away under pressure. Right forward pocket. Scott straight lined it for Leopold. Couldn't take it. Now the ball comes back off a step, kick around the corner, goal, Billy Clark, Inspirations Paint, goal of the afternoon, Billy Clark. He was just standing on the side of the pack, got a quick handball shuffled out, and he put it through for his first of the afternoon, and the seventh for Leopold. They go to 7-5-47, and they lead St Mary's 2-3-15. Morris Business Class Finance, K-Rock's second quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, unfortunately for St Mary's, Minchin got his first hands on the ball, and the hit out went to straight to Wagner, and their ability to compete around the contested footy is better than St Mary's at the moment. And a few more missed tackles down back and goal, and that just can't seem to cut the margin, St Mary's.
14 goals for the season for Billy Clark. A really good return as basically the fourth or fifth banana in that Leopold forward line. Tapped down by Minchin. Here's Wagner again. The ball bounced at the bootlaces of Thompson. Socket off the ground by Harry Ling, but it went back to Thompson, who tried to reef a handball forward. Ling will come up with it now for St Mary's. A handball wide to Keast. Driving ball long inside 50. Sheehan got front position on Dobson. Just timed his spoil well enough to get it towards the boundary line and out of bounds for a boundary throw. I thought Sheehan had run under the footy there for a moment, Trav, but geez, reached to get the fist on the footy and knock it away from an expected Dobson was good.
He's quite tall when he gets the arms and gets a bit of a jump up, and Dobbo was trying to protect his space with a chest mark, and unfortunately ball went out of bounds for St Mary's.
Ruck contest is Michael Rudd and K-Rock's own Jet Matthews. Rudd, well, Matthews tried to take it out of the ruck contest. He gets it back and gets a clearing kick. Goes to the outside. Oh, good mark, Travellini. No umpire said play on. It was touched. It goes to Keast. 55 from goal. Takes the mark directly in front. Wants to play on quickly. Gets around on the mark and goes into the pocket. Doesn't hit the target. Dobson was on the way out there, but it didn't find him, and we'll have a boundary throw in the right forward pocket.
Sure, that was the best selection of forward 50. Even if Dobbo had a mark, that would have been a tough kick.
So a throw in, right forward pocket. Leopold 7-5-47. St Mary's 3-2-20. We've played 15 minutes in this second term. Bowen Foods time clock. Boundary throw in. Rudd takes it out of the ruck contest and got a kick away as well under pressure. Johnston also got a kick. Dobson comes out from the goal square. He's handball backwards, missed the target. Tate was a target for Leopold. He goes the other way, goes with the kick out wide. Mark at the back though has been taken by Fletcher Hughes, who takes it in between wing and half forward on the outer side for St Mary's.
Hughes gives it off by hand to Trevelini on the outside of the right boot. A high ball inside 50. Trent Thompson surely. Oh, Rudd's reeled it in with the one hand. He's somehow seen off Trent Thompson, and that is a Hamlin hanger from Michael Rudd. Thought there might have been a free kick for a push, but Michael Rudd has reeled it in with the one hand to put up some sort of challenge to Harris Jennings' effort a little bit earlier.
What do you mean a challenge? That's gone straight past.
You've still got your scarf on, you have.
Neutral.
Michael Rudd, right forward pocket, man on the mark, standing 35 from goal.
Once you miss this and muck it all up now.
The former Geelong Falcons captain sends it on its way, and he has missed to the near side and through for a behind. So disappointing finish, deserved better for the mark. It was an absolute cracker, a Hamlin hanger contender from Michael Rudd. And on the second quarter, K-Rock Harvey Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard, it's St Mary's 3-3-21, trailing Leopold 7-5-47.
The Undertaker into the back pocket to the condiment. Pepper now goes around the boundary line, goes towards centre wing. Scott at the back, has to run. Touchy's going to be there as well. Feely gets out the back. Leopold have got a 2. Can they pick it up, though? They can't. Hughes comes the other way, tries to see the safety of the boundary line, gets some help from Benson as well. And they see it over, just forward of centre wing for the Lions.
I'll tell you one thing Leopold have been very good at is their kick-outs.
Yes.
They've really got some terrific meters gained. St Mary's need to have a look at that.
Ball back into play. Giddings front position, palm down to the front of the pack, roving done by Benson, had his kick smothered. Edmonds dived on the loose footy, but he was taken in a really good tackle. I think that's Sherman who's got hold of him. Back to Maishman it is. Both got good
crops of hair.
Yeah, very jealous here, Robbo.
So I am.
Umpire puts it into the air. Peck in the ruck at the moment. Here's Thompson picking up the loose footy for Leopold. Snaps a kick over his left shoulder. Stays in the field of play. Ham flies. Can't take the mark. Sam Scott. It's been an almost day for him. Did okay there. Was able to drop it on his boot and bounce it towards the goal square. Damien McMahon took it. Got away from Annandale, but the kick was wonderfully smothered coming across the front there for Leopold. Good defensive 50 pressure.
Where that kick was actually going to go, but
probably not a bad result that it was smothered.
The first quarter, Damo.
I think it was Ollie Tate that might have produced that. Gee, they've been good inside 50 with their defensive pressure, Leopold.
Boundary throw in. Peck to do the ruck work. Gets it down. Tate Porter, though, roves it. Ball spills free. Touchy went low. Fairly gets wrapped up. Umpire. It's held. It has to be holding the ball now. Umpire Ganaccio agrees. And Paul Peck's son, Lockie, takes the free kick. Short kick wasn't great to Ham. He got one high. Umpire said play on. Thompson rid into the ground. Put the saddle on him and ride him in the third at Dapto. Gee whiz. I tell you, Harry Benson wasn't mucking around. And it's going to be a ball up as they get up. Still into the attacking zone. It's going to be a blood rule. And
Paul Peck?
Yeah, it is Paul Peck's son, Lockie, who has got a blood nose, so he's coming off. And we'll have a break in play at the moment. 7-5-47, Leopold, St Mary's 3-3-21.
Down to you, Birchie, for St John of God. We put you first, Maya Street, Geelong.
Yeah, just a bit of blood coming out of his nose, so he'll get that patched up and be on in no time.
Right. Back with the ball up, just inside 50 for Leopold. Minchin's come off the bench to do the ruck work. Quick kick out of the pack. Thompson from the roving. Edmonds deflected back towards him after the kick was partially smart. It's now going to fall for Ritchie, who through traffic gave a handball to Edmonds, who freed the arms, who gave it to Thompson. Thompson tried to get a handball over the top to Feely. Damien McMahon had his kick smothered by Edmonds. Ball under the pack. Benson, they were absolutely on top of Harry Benson the moment that he got hold of the footy, and we'll get another stoppage. There is no safe passage out of defensive 50 for St Mary's at the moment, Robbo.
Pretty willing out there at the moment, isn't it? Next goal is really, really important for both sides.
Umpire puts it into the air. It's allowed to hit the ground. Porter tried to lay a tackle on Ling, who jammed it on the boot towards halfback. Pepper playing in front of Johnston. Wanted a little bit too easily for mine, and then a kick into the right forward pocket. Ham, he's dumped too over the boundary line, and we'll get a boundary throw in the right forward pocket. And Pepper's having the better of that matchup with Dion Johnston at the moment.
Yeah, he is, and that was pretty disappointing from Dion. With pressure and is his asset. Unfortunately, again, it bounces straight back out of the forward line.
Boundary throw in. Bumstead lost in the tackle, and the kick from the goal square came from Jake Edwards, and
That Jace.
I reckon I would have, Robbo. Don't worry about that. And that was on the wrong side too, my right. So, but he's put it through for one behind. Jake Edwards, he nearly missed everything there.
I think he did, to be fair, but it was a long way from the goal umpire, so we'll stick with the point.
7-6-48, Leopold. St Mary's 3-3-21, Morris Business Class Finance. K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard.
Travellini, not sure where to go, trots off into the right back pocket and then delivers a long ball towards the outer wing. It's going to be a free kick for a hold going which way?
Harris.
It's going to go to Michael Rudd.
Just don't know, do we?
So Rudd with the footy, back of the wing, outer side, drives it towards half forward. Dobson or Johnston take a pick, good spoil over the top. That was Sheehan. Yeah, well picked up, Robbo. Just got good levers.
Good reach.
Yeah. So out of bounds it goes. 21 minutes almost played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road in North Geelong. Go some freshly shucked oysters right about now. Right half forward. Tap down front of the pack, Minchin, rolling ball. Benson tried to put his head over it, stolen away by Edmonds, who jammed it on the boot, barreled it to the middle of the ground. Gigs from behind had to play spoiler to knock it away from McMahon, but Billy Ritchie picked up a ball that just stopped in the glue pot. Then he sent a kick forward. Wagner back with the flight hand, gave away a free kick, front on contact. Damien McMahon got put on his Tijuana brass by Billy Clark. Wagner called a play on. He's pulled the kick badly to the left, maybe trying to set something up for Annandale, who has given away a free kick for a hold.
Well,
Hold in the marking contest against Annandale, and the free kick will go to Burke. Robbo?
I can't pick him from here, but for St Mary's, that's a pretty handy free kick. He's an absolute handful, Annandale.
Ball spills to Minchin from the ruck contest on centre wing outside. Benson's handball off a standing start. Maishman kick around the corner towards centre wing. Punched away at the back by Harris Jennings against Noah Biggs, and we'll have a boundary throw in on centre wing on the outer side.
49-33, the Giants lead the Suns at half-time, and early in the third quarter, St Kilda 47 lead West Coast 29 at Marvel. Leopold Sporties around the grounds. We'll get some GFNL scores in a moment as well, and at half-time we'll do a complete whip around of the region. Ballerine round 15, GDFL round 14. Tap down Bumstead, front of the pack. Sherman haven't had a massive impact. Edmonds has been really good. Sends a kick looking for Wagner. It was knocked away from him. Biggs goes back to Ham. Porter wrapped up a good tackle, but handball release was good. Ended up with Sherman giving it to Harry Ling. Inside 50, Thompson favoured by the flight of the footy. That's Trent for Leopold taking the mark. And he turns and kicks quickly. That's not his go, but it's going to work out okay. That hung in the breeze.
Out.
And it's found Billy Ritchie. Ritchie goes short and Williamson is marked. Just outside defensive 50. That kick, for all intents and purposes, from Trent Thompson was going out on the full. Williamson drives a kick towards the wing, coming hard, flying, but not marking Jennings. Front of the pack, Loftus got a handball away. Sam Burke to Benson. Through traffic, a left foot kick towards half forward for St Mary's. Dobson, that's good, strong hands in front of Sheehan. But he's 55 from home. Swings onto his right boot, sends it to the goal square. Rudd's got him behind Thompson and marks. And he's going to get back quickly and want to try and play on because he's a left footer. And he'll want to try and... where was the mark taken is the question.
On the VAR as well.
Yeah, well, I think they're just trying to work out whether the mark was in the square or out. So being out of the square, Rudd being a left footer, just increases the degree of difficulty slightly. The Russian judge has given this a 4.3 to work with. Rudd looking for a goal that he has threaded. Did it easily in the end, did Michael Rudd, as he kicks his second of the afternoon. First multiple goal kicker for the Saints, as they pull back to within 21 points. We've had a lot of 21 and 27 in terms of the margin in this second quarter, thanks to Morris Business Class Finance. It's asset finance by Geelong people for Geelong people. Call 1300 for Morris. Leopold 7-6-48, St Mary's 4-3-27, and probably the best build-up of the day from St Mary's so far, Trav.
Yeah, it was good contested footy from Harry Benson here on the wing. Dobbo took a terrific overhead mark, and it was probably the fastest entry we've seen St Mary's be able to get the ball inside 50. Michael Rudd's a terrific one-on-one option for them, and got the chocolates.
Back to the middle, Minchin got it down. Benson. Oh, in the glue pot.
Very wet.
It's very wet in there, isn't it? And Harry's going to need a shower or 7 after the game. Copley in there as well. Umpire will come in and ball it up.
His number 9 is still nice and white, though, isn't it?
Is
just for the umpires to notice.
All at the front, yes.
A couple of Matheson boats.
Got a couple of Mathesons.
Oh,
that's Robbo coaching again. Copley gets the free kick, gives it away by hand. Maishman off a stair, torpedo punt. That's the best way home. Lockie Peck goes up. Rudd's there as well. Tries to tap it backwards. Now pitcher. Oh, he dropped the footy. Umpire Kanachia right on the ball.
Yeah.
Yes. And he got that. Nachos. And he has picked out the free kick. And the free kick's going to Cade Chalcraft, who has a very, very heavily strapped right thigh.
Just keep an eye on Kane Loftus too, Birchie. I don't know whether something happened off the footy, but he was down on the ground and Andrew Pepper was in the vicinity, and he's just been
we know what's going on.
Guilt by association there. Cade Chalcraft comes in, 40 out, right foot kick, or just holds it up in the breeze. I think he's missed. He has through for one behind. So that 2 in a minute sort of style stuff that Robbo was talking about. They need to capitalise St Mary's, and they go to 4-4-28. They trail Leopold 7-6-48 Morris Business Class Finance. K-Rock's second quarter scoreboard.
Burgess with a bounce outside of his defensive goal square and then pulls a kick towards half-back, bumps at his target. Good mark by Ham, who judged it best. Been good this afternoon, Braden Ham.
Going footy, hasn't he?
Ham, 75 from goal, just sets it up to about 20 metres out. Big fly peck off the hands of the pack, taken by Jennings, can't free the arms, and the umpire quick to blow the whistle and say, I'll stop playing, I'll ball it up. Left forward pocket, about 12 metres out from the St Mary's goal. Umpire Burns will put it into there. Trent Thompson to do the ruck work for Leopold against Peck. Trent Thompson wins the tap down. Burgess, the roving, just couldn't extract the footy the way he wanted to. Loses it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. 26.5 minutes played. Bowen Foods time clock. Bowen Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
It's in the most perfect spot to commentate from too, which is good.
That boundary throw-in. It's going to be Paul Peck's son up against Trent Thompson. Lockie gets it and nearly falconed him. Thompson got a clearing kick for Leopold. Goes towards Burke for St Mary's. Across 50 for the visitors. Tate gets around. Low centre of gravity. Tate got the handball away only as far as Ruddy. Kicks it up the chimney. And somebody's going to have to punch that on. Biggs. Oh, Jennings came out and really took the mark. Now Tate got a clearing kick. Only as far as Burke. His handball backwards was okay. McDonald around the corner. Has he got somebody? He's got Chip Connors, who's well and truly at the wrong end of the ground, except for the 2019 Grand Final.
Have a shot, Chipper.
And Nick Connors has got it in the right forward pocket for St Mary's.
That's the one goal for the year for Chip.
And he's going to come in from 35 out on the boundary line, right forward pocket, northern end of the ground, and Chip should go back to the other end of the ground.
The other end, mate.
He's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
That is putrid, would be the best way to describe that. Nobody stands the mark, so Burgess is away with a bounce, and then a handball to Tate. Tate confronted, he loops one over the top. Sitting duck was Marcus Thompson for the tackle laid by McDonald. Dumps him over the boundary line, and we'll get a boundary throw in.
Maybe it was a set play to keep it inside forward 50.
In fact, it's not out of bounds. It's actually a ball up just inside the field of play. better get that rather than a long point, maybe. Umpire puts it into the air. Tap down Bumstead, trying to take it Copley, but left it behind. Tate gave a handball straight up to Nick Minchin. Minchin on the outside of the right boot. Richie comes inside defensive 50 for Leopold and marks. Judged it best off the boot. That's a good mark under pressure. Then sends a kick very, very wide. Sheehan, the target. Well done by Rudd. Spoil without giving away a free kick. Ham tried the don't argue, then jammed it on the boot. Rolled it inside 50, deflected off Pepper's shin. Back towards Loftus. Got away from Sheehan. He turned it over with a handball straight to Burgess. Burgess had his kick touched off the boot. It'll bounce at the feet of Pitt. Trapped it nicely. Handball Burgess. Burgess to Wagner. Wagner tried to get it back towards a teammate. It's going to be a free kick for a hold or a push in the back against Travellini. And then Mitch Burgess comes in and gives him what for. Wagner can send it towards the marking target and pitcher, who's got it just back of the wing, right half back. These jumpers are going to get really... I reckon players actually are seeing a jumper, Robbo, and thinking it's a teammate. And it's an opponent.
Every chance.
Ball goes to Sherman now for St Mary's. Back towards centre wing. Sheehan takes the mark in front of Loftus for Leopold. The Undertaker has it. Thought about short. Now he's not so sure. He goes across the ground to Marcus Thompson, who created some space for himself back end of centre wing. Goes long inside 50 with the kick. In front, no mark taken. Burke. Benson's there as well for St Mary's. And the pack develops around a couple, including Connor Giddings, who's down there, who's going to do the ruck work for Leopold. In fact, Bumstead's worked his way down there against Minchin now. So they'll do the ruck contest. Ball to Benson. His kick was smothered by Wagner. Elliot McDonald can't take it. Short little kick. Wagner got it on the up. Feely got tackled just as he got his kick away. Minchin's handball was too slow. Bumstead, his opposite number, outside of the right boot. Goes towards the face of goal. Annandale couldn't keep it in and through for one behind to the home side. They go to 7-7-49. They lead St Mary's 4-4-28. Morris Business Class Finance K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
Ball at right half back. Long ball from McDonald. The inclusion for Keaton Rayner. It's got out the back, but Peck just had a fumble at the wrong time, then tried to get a handball away, deflected by Burgess out of bounds for a boundary throw. And Keaton Rayner out with one of 5 changes this week with bronchitis.
I didn't know what he was out for, but that doesn't sound that great, does it?
A bit of illness swept through the club this week. Boundary thrown. Hope Keaton's enjoying the call wherever he's listening. I would suspect he actually might be here today. I think I saw him a little bit earlier. Kick inside forward 50. Oh, right on the siren. Loftus flew but couldn't mark. Didn't matter anyway. Didn't complete it. And that is half time. A quarter that went 31 minutes on the Barwon Foods time clock. Leopold with a 20-point buffer at the main break. They led by 19 at quarter time. They now lead by 20. 7-6-48. Playing 4-4-28. It's half time, and we're half time thanks to Blackman's Brewery. Blackman's Brewery. Ooh, pivots.
Read the Play is a Geelong-based charity that delivers mental health and wellbeing programs to sporting clubs in the Barwon region. We've been in operation for over 17 years and in that time delivered the program to more than 30,000 participants. Young people are less likely than any other age group to seek professional support for their mental health and wellbeing. And that's why Read the Play is an important catalyst to start those conversations within sporting clubs to get people talking about their mental health and wellbeing.
A typical Read the Play session happens in a sporting club. We come to them in the sporting clubs and we are able to provide them with education opportunities. We talk to them about what mental health is, And then we encourage them to think about how they can support themselves, support others.
For us going forward, it's about working with more sports in the Barwon region. We think we can do that by adding to our program suite and then going out to all sports in the region saying we want to deliver our mental health program for you for free. We're excited for the future of Read the Play because we know now more than ever how important our work is. Read the Play is a Geelong-based charity that delivers mental health and wellbeing programs to sporting clubs in the Barwon region. We've been in operation for over 17 years and in that time delivered the program to more than 30,000 participants. Young people are less likely than any other age group to seek professional support for their mental health and wellbeing. And that's why Read the Play is an important catalyst to start those conversations within sporting clubs to get people talking about their mental health and wellbeing.
A typical Read the Play session happens in a sporting club. We come to them in the sporting clubs and we are able to provide them with education opportunities. We talk to them about what mental health is, and then we encourage them to think about how they can support themselves, support others.
For us going forward, it's about working with more sports in the Barwon region. We think we can do that by adding to our program suite and then going out to all sports in the region saying we want to deliver our mental health program for you for free. We're excited for the future of Read the Play because we know now more than ever how important our work is.
just $17 per square metre. From measure and quote to expert installation in your home. Come on in and see the specialists at Harvey Norman. Your locally owned and operated Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Like footy players, not all shelving is equal. Some buckle under pressure, some are a bit crooked. But we're Geelong. We're tough. We're A&B Australia, the Geelong Shelving Store. Whatever size or weight capacity you need, choose the winning team for high-quality, tailor-made shelving units. A&B Australia is the ultimate destination for your garage, office, warehouse or factory storage. See the showroom and talk to an expert. 47 Morgan Street, North Geelong. ANBAustralia.net.
If your lounge room has been niggling at you, your bedroom's fighting for attention, or your deck is calling your name, then you might need to plan a paint project. And when you do, the team at your local Inspirations Paint store can't wait to get stuck into it with you. They're the Dulux approved specialists, and they've got all the paint, accessories and expert advice to make your next project awesome. Inspirations Paint. What's your next project?
Inspirations Paint, Grovedale, 138 Torquay Road.
Ford Ranger, Australia's #1 selling vehicle, is available for immediate delivery now at Rex Gorell Ford. It's bigger, tougher, smarter and more versatile. The Ford Ranger is perfect for work, family and play. Drives Car of the Year in 2023. The Ford Ranger is Australia's most popular vehicle. With models available for immediate delivery, choose the Ranger that's right for you. Drive away today in your new Ranger from Rex Gorell Ford. Fine Street, Geelong. LMCT 1308.
Thanks to our #1 seed holder, ADCO. Fueled by ADCO Cafe 24/7.
Half-time thanks to Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate half-time beer made here in Geelong. And it's Leopold 7-7-49. They lead St Mary's 4-4-28. The expert share. Thanks to the Sporting Globe Eat Drink Sport Rose Street Geelong. Travis Robertson has joined us this afternoon. Robbo, we were just talking off air there about St Mary's crucial third term. It's always moving day, the third quarter. But St Mary's to get back in the game, what do they have to do?
I think they just need to get a better spread of contribution across the team. I think Harry Benson's doing a lot of heavy lifting, and we knew he probably would in terms of some of the outs from a midfield point of view, but perhaps some of the lesser lights and lesser known names that we could just get a little bit more of a contribution from them. And because Leopold, I think the thing that's impressed me with their performance up to half-time is that they got a great spread of contribution across. No one seems to be dominating the game of footy, but they're obviously winning on the scoreboard, and they've got a great spread across the team. Michael Rudd, good avenue to goal so far, but they probably need one or two others just to bob up for one or two. A Copley or somebody like that. Yeah, I mean the reality is not a small forward hasn't kicked a goal. Yeah. So that's, and we've spoken a couple of times about how the ball keeps pinging out. So there's two roles for the small forwards. That's to keep it in the front half, but also you need to put some scoreboard pressure on. Head-to-head, thanks to Whitecross Healthcare, scooters, walkers, but much more trusted advice, best solutions. The head-to-head this afternoon was sort of Michael Rudd against whoever played on him. He's moved around a bit, hasn't he? He has moved around, and looking out here now, he looks like they've moved him to the wing. So he's very, very versatile. He's a challenging matchup wherever he plays on the ground. And even with the other matchup of Nick Connors, he seems to have had lots of different matchups and all the quality ones. Looking out here now, he's got Ollie Tate. So, and I know at some points he's had Marcus Thompson, Logan Wagner, Brock Williamson. So he's been pretty busy, and I think he's done a pretty good job, Nick. So we'll keep an eye on that in the second half as well. Start of the second half here at Memorial Park. It's Leopold 7-7-49, St Mary's 4-4-28. Minchin and Bumstead in the middle as they've done for most of the afternoon. Kick off the ground by Maishman, who gets it to Dobson. He's handball to Copley as we speak. Left foot kick inside 50. Gets it towards Jennings, who runs out for Leopold. Does well, goes the other way defensively. Great kick. Logan Wagner takes the mark, gets it away to Williamson, running past. He goes inside 50. Hughes in front for St Mary's. Now Connors just got the handball away, did he? The umpire said no, he didn't. It was holding the ball. Tate's got it at 50. Handball just on the outboard to Brock Williamson. He comes back into the top of the square. Hughes got a hand to it. Falls into the arms. Oh, the kick was smothered. Comes back towards Pitt. Now Wagner on hands and knees. Needs to get it away. He's over the top of it. Umpire will come in. Ball it up. Damien McMahon puts the tackle on. And about 30 out from the Leopold goal. We're going to have a ball up. And
Bumstead took it out of the ruck contest. Kick was partly smothered. Hughes comes across. Only got one hand to it. Didn't really pick it up. Needs some support. And there's a chicken wing tackle. And Ollie Tate it was who put the tackle on in the right forward pocket. And it's Michael Rudd who gets up smiling and laughing. He can't believe that the umpire has paid that free kick. But Ollie Tate has got it in the right forward pocket for Leopold.
Yeah, I think that is holding the ball for.
Once you get a hand free like that, I think, isn't it?
For Michael's sake, he would have preferred that the tackle was two arms.
Yeah,
but when it's one arm, you've just got to find a way.
So Tate, right forward pocket, good start for Leopold if he can put this through. Tough angle, only 15 out, and he's kicked it. Very skillful player, Ollie Tate. His second of the afternoon, and Leopold got 8-7-55. They lead St Mary's 4-4-28. Bowen Timber, K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
Well, it only took 30 seconds from when I spoke. They got the inside. They got the inside 50, and Kane Loftus 5 metres behind his opponent. Ball goes in and just comes out at a rate of knots. And to Leopold's credit, they've defended well and then get an inside 50 goal.
Ram multiple goal kicking game for Ollie Tate. Only one goal coming in this year. He's kicked 2 already. Only 9 in his 36 games for Leopold. Benefiting from having him full time after his stint as an assistant coach at Geelong VFL. Minchin winning the tap down, ball through the glue pot, socket off the ground by Burgess, coming off half back. Well picked up by Minchin. His handball though set a task. Sherman dragged to ground, ball spills out in that tackle. Minchin came again onto the loose footy, jammed it on the boot. Dobson just reeled it in casually and then gave a handball off, although stumbling to ground was Maishman, and he left the footy behind. His opponent left the footy behind. Jennings has caught one high, I reckon. Just keep an eye on that one, Birchie, when you get the opportunity. There's now a bit of push and shove. Andrew Pepper, not surprisingly, involved, but Jennings is okay now. He's to his feet and has got the free kick inside defensive 50. If you've just joined us following the AFL fortunes of the Cats, we broadcast tonight from 6. Williamson drops the mark. No, paid the mark. Both Brandon Parfitt and Ted Closey held out of the VFL. Will there be a late change for the Cats? We'll wait and see as the teams drop at 6:30.
Pepper for Leopold gets it. Outboard to Mitch Burgess, who gets it further afield. Edmonds takes the mark, plays on, handball, inboard. Wagner, 55 out, top of the square. No mark taken. Ling goes back towards him. He gets it, handballs it out to Benson from defensive 50. He was going to go with a handball. He went with a kick instead. Trent Thompson comes the other way. His handball backwards to Burgess off a standing start. Needs to get around McDonald's tackle. He got the hand free, but didn't get the ball really. Maishman through the middle, runs with a right foot kick. Out the back, should be set up well. Kane Loftus. And as Robbo said at half time, needed somebody else to stand up. And Kane Loftus has taken a mark 20 out directly in front.
I was just about to start talking about the momentum that Leopold had just quickly after half time. It was well defended, and it was a really good fast movement of the ball from one end to the other. So hopefully, for St Mary's sake, Kane can kick this goal.
So Loftus 20 out. Southern end of the ground for reply to the goal, and he's got it. So his first and the fifth for St Mary's, 5-4-34. They trail Leopold 8-7-55. Bowen Timber, K-Rock third quarter scoreboard. Your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region.
It'll be interesting to see whether this game opens up a bit, because it took a long time to get the first 2 goals in the first half, and we've had 2 pretty quickly, first 4 minutes, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Just getting consecutive goals has been the issue this afternoon, though, for the Saints. Actually haven't achieved that feat yet. We're back in the middle. Umpire throws it into the air. Bumstead winning the tap down. Roving done by Feely. Jams it on his left boot. Sends it towards forward 50. Fisted away by Ling from Scott. It just hasn't been able to get his hands on the footy. Sam Scott lays a tackle there on Keese. Forces a spillage of the ball. Edmonds tries to take on the tackler. Feely flying past. Couldn't take it cleanly. Knocked it to Wagner. Here's Tate for a third. Steadies himself from 30 metres. Got the carry. It has. Ollie Tate with a rare 3-goal game. If I was a betting man, he's never kicked 3 in a game for Leopold, but he has now, and he's given his team again a 27-point lead. So he jumped between 27 and 21 again as Tate kicks his third in Inspirations Paint. Goal of the day contender. Not the goal, the finish was clinical enough, but the way they just kept the ball moving forward. 8-7-55 becomes 9-7-61. St Mary's 5-4-34. Third quarter action thanks to Bowen Timber, and in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe, here's Travis Robertson.
That was just sort of surge footy, really. Just get territory, and a game like this, conditions like that, is just how you need to play, and just hunger.
So Ollie Tate with his third, and back to 27, the difference. Meeting every challenge here at the moment, Leopold. Minchin gets it down in the middle. Williamson couldn't take it for Leopold. Feely wrapped up by Biggs. Umpire said sling. And going to be a free kick to Tom Feely. Touchy goes short to Richie. He's got Pepper on the outside yelling at him, but that's covered off. So now Feely on the left, inside 50 with the kick, top of the square, punched away, front of the pack, tackle, Annandale. Ball spills free, Burke with a clearing kick towards Pepper and Johnston, who used the body well and took the mark. Right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Now the ball goes, Trent Thompson coming the other way, and he takes the mark. On centre wing, back to whence it came, across half forward, Pitt, punched away, Rudd goes up, Hughes, short little kick, looking for Keast, might sit for him and he runs away, does, goes from half back, short little kick, held up in the breeze, Feely took the mark and played on quickly for Leopold. His kick was partly smothered, Williamson, he couldn't take it at 50, Connors, he gets free, gets away to Ling by hand, he goes with a kick across to Sherman at half back.
Sherman, back of the wing, sends a kick very, very wide, sends it into the path of Loftus, who'll have speed, but the ball is beating him over the line and out of bounds for a boundary throw, and umpire says throw it in. I reckon the boundary umpire was just looking to see, he might have been thinking insufficient intent with the kick, but it was just more a skill error in the end rather than searching for territory. And despite the speed of Loftus, out of bounds it went for a boundary throw-in. Just forward of true centre wing, out of side, favouring St Mary's. Minchin winning the tap down. They need a goal here, St Mary's. They don't want to leave themselves with too much to do at three-quarter time. Biggs under pressure from Edwards. Sees it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. The Leopold boys making a late change as well, with Edwards coming in for Tev Noffy, who didn't recover in time from we believe, a shoulder issue from last week. Came off during the second quarter of the win last week. Tap to the front of the pack by Bumstead, and Porter gets the clearing kick for Leopold.
Goes towards half forward with that kick, and it's off hands and out of bounds for a throw-in. Round the grounds thanks to Leopold Sporties. Ocean Grove 38 lead, the Pegs 26.
Geelong 3 straight 18 lead, Footscray no score. Very fast start in the VFL.
Kershaw, is he out of possession yet?
No.
Please? Oh, come on, Liam. Wearing number 74 too. That's a big number.
Jai Clark and Tanner Bruin both with goals, which is a good sign. Good to see Tanner Bruin back.
So the ball, free kick found. Don't know what for. Robbo shaking the head as well. Neither do I. No idea. Williamson will take the free kick. Goes inside 50. Big pack there. Oh, Jake Pitt just goes up off the back of the pack. Richie and Ling sees it through for a rush behind to Leopold. They go to 9-8-62. Lead St Mary's 5-4-34. Bowen Timber K-Rock. Third quarter scoreboard.
Largest lead of the afternoon now, that 28 points. Short kick from Ling, marked by Sherman into the left back pocket. Peck's going to have to wait for it to bounce. Annandale to nearly shut him down. Just got the kick away, and it was well weighted in the end to Keast, who marks at left half back. Little milestone talking about Keast, went unaccounted for last week. Glenn with his 200th win as a GFL senior coach last week. First man to that mark. He finds Dobson, Matty Keast, with a kick. And Dobson delivers it long. It'll bounce at the feet of Loftus, tracked by Pitcher, and out of bounds, I should say, in fact, though. That is McDonald seeing it out near the light tower in the southeast corner of Leopold Memorial Park. The lights were on in the first half. Yeah. They're off now.
They were quality too, those lights.
Yeah, they were. I'll have a listen to him. Yeah, gee whiz. Boundary throw in. And will come from Williamson, who's wrapped up straight away by Keast. The umpire will come in and ball it up.
Now, if this ground happened to be in the Cardinia Park precinct,
I reckon the lights at Lara will be okay for you next year, Robbo, when you take over as coach. That'll be good. Ball up, left half forward.
Make my father-in-law happy.
Yes, it would, actually. Ball spills free. Now, Maishman gets it away to Sherman, 50 from goal. Goes towards an open goal square, runs past Harris Jennings and through for one behind. So they go to 5-5-35 now, St Mary's. Leopold 9-8-62. Bowen Timber K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
So kick into the left back pocket is marked by Pepper, one of the more antagonising players in the competition. Kick to the wing, looking for Pitt or Feely. Neither could mark. Front of the pack was Hughes, Biggs, Sherman. Quick hands, good to Maishman. Great tackle laid, holding the ball. Pitt hasn't had a big afternoon, Jake Pitt, but when you're a key forward and you're doing work like that, that's got to make your coach pretty happy. As he gives a little, well, maybe I think for the moment, just having a little run on the ball, giving Bumstead a rest. He concedes some ground back to Sheen, and the Undertaker's got it at the top of his 50-metre arc defensively. Sends it very wide. Jennings tries to reel it in with the one hand. Dobson went to ground. Jennings kept his feet. Handball off to Edwards. Edwards runs to 50, just sets it up to the pocket. Giddings will come with a run and a fly. Can't take it. Off the hands of the pack. Annandale, can he keep it alive? He can. Pulled it back in, turned and snapped. Kick went a metre straight to Damien McMahon, who then just punted it forward. It was touched off the boot. Burgess took it. Keats took him. Umpire says, give it to me. Damien McMahon breathing a sigh of relief that kick was touched off the boot, Robbo.
It didn't look good in the air, did it? But,
that's maybe why it didn't look good in the air.
Possibly.
So ball up, 30 out from Leopold's goal. Big thump away by Minchin. Just to space. Burgess gets it, kicks it back towards the pocket. Has it got too much on it? And it's touched off hands and out of bounds. So a good result for Leopold.
Annandale did really well there.
Out of bounds. Could have been out of bounds on the full. It wasn't. So another effort for Leopold. Deep forward. Right forward pocket. Northern end. Minchin up against Connor Giddings. Boundary throw in. Giddings. Minchin gets it to the side of the pack. Doesn't really sit though. Ball spills free. Half a shot towards Williamson, who gets around. Off a standing start. Right foot kick. And it is 3 for 1 behind. And that came from Billy Clark. So here's 1 goal 2. And they go to 9-9-63 Leopold. St Mary's 5-5-35. Bowen Timber K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
Travellini with the kick in duty, short into the left back pocket to the fellow long-sleeved Damien McMahon, although he's sort of going the Richard Loveridge sort of three-quarter sleeve option with the roll-ups. Something sort of Scotty Hosking would have rocked back in the 90s for St Mary's. Now you're listening, Scotty, wherever you are on the other side of the world, off the hands of the pack. Copley couldn't take it cleanly. Handball out the back. Edwards tried to find Jet Matthews. And now here's Burgess trying to use his speed to burst away. Dragged down as he went to kick. The kick got to Sherman, who then gave it off to Maishman, who jammed it on the boot towards the wing. And here's Brock Williamson, who's been good again this afternoon. And he holds things up for Leopold. They just can't get any flow out of defensive 50, Robbo. Can St Mary's?
No, not at the moment. No, I don't know whether Leopold have got a player behind the ball, but it's it just keeps coming back inside their 50.
I think Rudd's been spending time behind the footy, which has sort of just freed somebody up for Leopold.
Probably true. Yep.
So the ball has come inside Leopold's forward 50. Billy Ritchie has ended up with it in the right forward pocket, about 45 metres out. High kick, and he has put that.
That's very Nick Connors-like, that one.
That is very Nick Connors-like. He's nearly put that in Kingy's backyard. It's that far away. And it's out of bounds on the full. Jesse Travellini will be the resultant free kicker.
I can see the roof of my house.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. You've got a mansion. Okay, it's in Leopold.
Biggest
we know.
house in Leopold.
Yeah, biggest house. We've never been invited, mind you. But anyway, that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah, no, the closest as far as you'll get is dropping off keys in my letterbox, Jace.
Correct. And the firebomb I put there.
Right. Here's a chance for Benson to jam it on the boot on the outer side for St Mary's. Coming up and taking it is Chalcraft. Haven't called a huge amount of him this afternoon. Handball forward into space. Edmonds will dive on. There's going to be a free kick. Maybe forward to the footy going to Copley of St Mary's. Gives a handball off. Rudd cruising past. Will look to deliver a left foot kick. Does, but on the bounce, Keith left it behind. Chalcraft came through, got a handball away. Trying to dribble it to himself was Thompson. Wagner got him down low. He's dragged to ground. Umpire says, give it to me. I'll ball it up. Just on 50 for St Mary's. In fact, it was Tate Porter who went down low. And we'll get a ball up. Umpire Ganaccia to put it into the air. Giddings winning the tap down. Benson doing the roving, bursting from the stoppage and delivering a much-needed inspirations paint goal of the afternoon. He liked it too, Harry Benson. That's Benson at his best. Did the roving of the ruck work and burst from the stoppage, and a clinical finish, and he pulls his team back within 21 points. They go, actually, 22 points, I should say. 6-4-40, should it be? The score's a little bit over the shop here. No, 5-5-35 St Mary's, trailing Leopold 9-9-63, should become 6-5-41. So a 22-point margin in this third quarter, thanks to Barwon Timber, your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring. In the Barwon region, in the Geelong region, you should find them on Fellmongers Road in Breakwater.
Giddings got it down, but Maishman rove the pack, goes towards half forward. Burgess from behind, couldn't take the mark. His second effort was pretty good though. Got it away to Jennings, who runs past, goes towards centre wing, and there's a free kick for a hold, and it's going to Marcus Thompson against Harry McMahon. Wants to play on now. Goes across inside 50. Scott had to sit at the back, couldn't take it though. Through the middle, Ling at defensive 50, broke Free's handball, bit on it. The other way, the piano tuner gets it out wide to Billy Clark, who takes the mark 50 from goal. At left half forward, wants to play on quickly. Goes long with the kick, top of the square, and across the face in the end, going towards Damien McMahon, who takes it in the right back pocket.
Will he try and come this side?
Oh, wow. Hope not.
He won't. He's going to stay on that defensive side of the ground, and he makes
it to his brother.
Yeah, he makes Harry stretch, and he marks Harry McMahon, left back pocket. He chips one over the top, and taking the mark is Chalcraft. Or is it Ham? It's Ham, in fact, I should say. Broden Ham with it.
Do need to get it this side, though, don't they? Look, we've got 4 or 5 out here.
As the sun now beats down here, he kicks along looking for Loftus. Front of the pack, Biggs turned it over. Gave it straight to Giddings, who kicked around the corner. Bouncing ball, palmed down by Connors. McMahon, Harry, tried to get a handball away to Ham. Slung in the tackle. Umpire said play on. Ball spilled out. Getting a boot on the ball while being tackled was Edmonds. That's not a bad effort. Oh, he's paid insufficient intent. That is a dead set disaster of a decision. The bloke is being dragged down in a tackle. He's got to dispose of the footy, Robbo. That is so poor.
I'm not surprised it's from Errol.
Where are you two going?
I blame Kirsch for all these.
That's just a poor decision. I don't know how that an umpire at this level can make a decision like that. He's being dragged down in a tackle. He's got no control over where the kick goes.
Ham goes up the centre wing position, but taking the mark is Harris Jennings. I think the umpires are great people, and I was there during the week. They were very nice people.
Oh, the life members.
Goes with a kick back towards half forward for over the back. Good mark, Michael Rudd. In fact, it's Burke who's taken the mark.
Gee.
Oh, switching the ball again. Danger. Harry Ling needs. Oh, well, kicked it off the ground perfectly to Matt Keast. And he's taken it at half back.
Throw the footy up here.
Matty Keast, because there's not much to kick to.
On the other
Leopold. He goes chip short. Travellini takes the mark under pressure from Annandale. Right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Back to the middle with the kick. I don't know. Marcus Thompson took the mark, and Michael Rudd couldn't get there in time.
Is that a contested mark because Tom Feely tried to spoil him, his own teammate? Thompson just sets it up. Asks Annandale to fly, sits it on his head. Up goes also Pitt, couldn't hang on to it. Keys to handball release. They're getting out of trouble through Biggs, who gives it off now. Travellini, right half back, driving ball. Loftus his target. Had a little bit too much on it for him. Dobson there as well. Good pick up, was clean. Gave it back to Maishman. Maishman jams it on the boot. Rudd's gone forward and will mark. Just becoming a bit of a handful as he turns and kicks to the pocket. He's got a man all alone in the right forward pocket, and Dion Johnston. So they turned it over. It was a shallow turnover Leopold made, and St Mary's were able to make them pay down this broadcast side, which seems to just be holding up a bit more better in terms of the going, Robbo.
Yeah, it does. I'd like to say I'd be confident with this shot on goal, but I'm not.
So Dion Johnston, right forward pocket. Just 7 goals from 8 games this year. For an overall tally of 24 from 24 coming in. It's coming up from the Hampton region. Right forward pocket, kept it narrow. He's threaded it. And you've gone the reverse Moz, Trav Robertson.
Yeah, didn't want to give it the commentator's curse, and it's delivered.
Reverse Moz, and for the first time this afternoon, back-to-back goals, and the margin is 16 points. 7-5-47 St Mary's, 9-9-63 Leopold. Third quarter, Barwon Timber scoreboard. Inspirations, goal of the afternoon contender. What's your next project? 138 Torquay Road, Grovedale. And they do now have some momentum. They've kicked 3 of the last 4 goals, and they're just getting their hands on the footy a little bit more.
The midfielders like Matt Keast has had some good touches of the footy. Joe Maishman, Benno. So yeah, Very, very, very important.
Robbo, two players that we mentioned, Loftus and Johnston, have just stepped up with a goal each.
Yeah, needed. Rudd in the ruck now too for St Mary's. Bumstead got it down. Benson on hands and knees, and on the up. Scott got it away for Leopold. Punched away by Ling. It was touched off the boot. I think there is Keith with another important one. He goes with a right foot kick towards centre half forward. It's okay. Taking the mark is Johnston again. Plays on quickly. Goes long with the kick. Dobson out there, and also getting across into the pocket is Chalcraft. Ball spills towards Damien McMahon. He got the handball away, just under pressure from Thompson. Kick back towards the pocket for St Mary's, close to the boundary line. Damien McMahon kept it in. Maishman comes across to help out as well. Pack develops, and we'll have a ball up in the left forward pocket for St Mary's.
Starting to get a little interesting here, I feel.
Just tightened up. We've ticked over 20.5 minutes on the Barwon Foods time clock in this third quarter. The roving done by Marcus Thompson for Leopold. Jams it towards half back. Edwards couldn't take it cleanly. Connors came through, but Jennings took him as soon as Connors took the footy, and we'll get a ball up. Another one will be really interesting approaching three-quarter time. Bumstead to do the ruck work against Minchin's been a good battle. Minchin won the tap down. Roving done again, I reckon, by Marcus Thompson. Right place, right time, all the time. Is the Leopold skipper, but he's held up. We'll go again. Bumstead the tap down. Benson can't burst through this time. Thompson to hold him up, and holding the ball is the decision. According to umpire Richards, says that Harry Benson pulled the ball back in, and Marcus Thompson, the recipient of the free kick.
He said, I don't want to ball this up anymore.
I've had enough. Yeah, 4 is usually the limit. Kick very, very wide. Good spoil. Burke knocking that away from Bumstead towards the boundary line and the scoreboard, which is caught up here at Leopold Memorial Park. The Polders 9.963. Marys 7.547. 21 and three-quarter minutes played on the Barwon Foods third quarter time clock.
Did Kirsch say St Albans or Newtown would kick 8 points today?
He said St Albans.
Right. Well, because Newtown are 8 and Colac are 46. Halfway through the third quarter at Elders Leap. Back here at Memorial Park. Sherman got a kick away for St Mary's. Goes towards Dobson, who wheels around a couple. Handball, though. Missed the target. Brock Williamson. He's wrapped up as well. And the umpire will come in, ball it up. Left half forward for the St Mary's side.
He's cleaned up a few good ground balls in the last 10 or so minutes, Sam Dobson, showing he's got more attributes than the aerial marking.
From the ruck contest, Harry Benson couldn't keep it in, and it will be a boundary throw in now on centre wing on the outer side.
You have to think he would have been good on a wing or something like that in his days, a tall winger. I know he's obviously always been a key forward, but gee, if he had have been squeezed out to a wing or something, he would have been more than proficient.
And he's an extremely fit player too, one of the better runners.
Ball
so probably could.
From the ruck contest, goes towards half forward. Jennings gets it away by under pressure to Hughes, who took the mark inside defensive 50 for St Mary's. Called to play on now. Doesn't know where to go. Kick. Well, got there somehow to Travellini. Needs to get around Williamson, who does. Breaks the tackle. Goes with an underground right foot kick. Biggs can't take that. At the back, Burgess. He's wrapped up straight away on centre wing. That's holding the ball. Umpire said ball came free. Handball out wide. Biggs now. His handball to Harry McMahon. Had to just sit and wait a little bit for it. Then his handball got ripped out. Williamson the other way for Leopold. They might be able to come back and hurt them. He goes to Tate. Great kick.
Tate all alone just inside the centre square. Sends it to the lead of Annandale. He just got the little march on Lockie Peck. And this for really a steadier for Leopold. But Ollie Tate kicking to advantage of Maxi Annandale, who'll look at kicking his 4th of the afternoon. Well and truly in Leopold's sporties contention. Umpire Ganachia sets the mark. Max Annandale looking to start this, you would suspect, left-hand goalpost. And just work it back, the left footer. The Queenscliff product. Very high, very long, and very good. He's actually put it over the netting behind the goals. He's got under it that much. That was an old-fashioned lob wedge right there. just to get it over sort of your Grand Canyon style bunker and landed about 3 foot from the pin. And Maxi Annandale has got 4 and his team's back out by 22 points on the third quarter. K-Rock, Barwon Timber scoreboard. Leopold 10-9-69. St Mary's 7-5-47. K-Rock Football.live for APCO Cafe 24/7 and award-winning barista coffee. And in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe, here's Travis Robertson.
Well, St Mary's could do with learning a few things from Leopold and just get a bit of territory, overuse of the ball on the wing, cause turnover, and then just a nice clean entry from the Leopold team. With Ollie Tate kicks the ball beautifully, doesn't he? You just don't want the ball in his hands.
Michael Rudd's just come back on and he's an extra in defence.
Thanks, Birchie. And now back in the middle, Bumstead got it away for Leopold. Connors across half-back for St Mary's. Damien McMahon takes it out of a teammate's hands and goes wide, looking for McDonald to run onto it. He does from half-back to half-forward. Long kick inside 50. Punched away. Cropley at the front. Loftus was there as well. Pepper comes in and puts the tackle on. And we'll have a ball up about 45 out from the St Mary's goal.
Need to find one before three-quarter time, you would think. Tap down Minchin. Porter couldn't do the roving for Leopold. Dived on the footy. Benson dived on him. And Harry Benson will probably politely inquire as if to say, well, I reckon he pulled that in like I did earlier and you pinged him but not me. Or you pinged me and not him, I should say. Umpire says, just give it to me, I'll put it into the air. And he does. Lands at the feet of Bumstead. He went to sock it off the ground. He had 2 goes at it. Sherman was in there. He might have been taken high, I reckon. He will get a free kick, Zach Sherman. Bottom of that pack, and 50 as well. Gee, there's some stupidity. Leopold, this will be their 4th goal from 50-metre penalties. And I reckon Wagner this time is the offender. And Zach Sherman will be walked to the line. And just as they got a bit of separation again, they gift St Mary's a goal. It might come back to bite them on the backside like it did in the final quarter against Bell Park back at the start of June when they were giving up 50 metres for fun. Zach Sherman, he makes them pay. He kicks his first of the afternoon. Approaching 150 games now is Zach Sherman, 144 at senior level, 169 goals now. He's been a wonderful player for a very long time, and he's cut the margin back to 16 points. They move to 8-5-53. They trail Leopold 10-9-69. Third quarter action thanks to Barwon Timber, and on the Barwon Foods time clock, we've gone just shy of 27 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure Buddha would be not happy with that. There's been a couple of ill-disciplined acts. Zach was never a chance to kick that goal. You get a sloppy entry and it's cost him.
Minchin with a big thump away in the middle. Falls towards Johnson, who's wrapped up straight away. Oh, umpire. Wow, holding the ball. He really had it for a microsecond before he got tackled by K-Rock's own. But Jet Matthews has got the ball at the centre half-back position. He chips the ball. The piano tuner takes the mark of Wagner. And he goes short. And Feely takes the mark at half-back. He goes short again. Further afield, and they're just holding it up. K-Rock's zone. He's going to go from centre wing. Matthews with a high kick. That's a nice little wedge. Goes up, and Rudd in front. Couldn't take the mark. Falls to Sherman. He gives it to Damien McMahon. Outside of the right foot towards half forward. Sheehan had his name written on it. And took the mark in front easily then of Dion Johnston. And he'll relieve the pressure for Leopold at half-back.
Sheehan sends it towards the outer wing and the scoreboard. It's not a great kick. Minchin on the juggle has taken the mark. And he gives a quick handball release to Harry McMahon. Puts a high kick for St Mary's towards forward 50. Dobson just works Jennings under the footy but couldn't take the mark. Thompson taken in the tackle, brought to ground. That's Trent. We'll get a ball up. Robbo, you've been around GFL footy for 30 years. Have you seen a better marking team and a better combination than Pitt, Giddings, Jennings, Sheehan, Noffy not playing today, throwing Annandale now into that?
No, I don't think I have, actually. And it's going to be interesting. Like, it can be a weapon, and it can also be a negative. Well, if they don't bring the heat.
From the stoppage, Tom Feely's been done for holding the ball, and Matt Copley's got the resultant free kick. Now, you know Copler's better than most.
No chance.
This is right on his measure, you would suspect, unless he gets a 50-metre penalty. Yeah. His eyes are darting everywhere, and he's going to go short to the lead, and he's found Keast. We knew he wasn't having a shot at goal. You could see the way his eyes...
I don't think Keast is either, is he?
No, he's looking around too. That ball obviously getting heavier as we approach nearly half an hour played in this third quarter. Can't be too far away from siren. 7 goals kicked in this third term of action. And it'll be Matty Keast back in the side after a hamstring injury. 4 games and a goal for Werribee this year. Starts it right and the breeze gets hold of it, pulls it towards the point post. It's off hands on the goal line. Tackle late on a player who didn't have the footy. And is it through for a behind? It is a rush behind. I reckon Copley was at ground level being held without the footy. He was appealing for a free kick that never came. Rush behind and the margin is 15.
Sheehan played on from full-back, got it long looking for Scott, but Chip Connors takes the mark. Goes short to Sherman, still inside the centre square. Needs to move it quickly.
There's definitely a breeze to the left of screen here.
Yes, there is.
The depth on that kick.
Absolutely. Goes long now. Connors, the siren sounds with the ball in mid-air.
I reckon that'll be a point.
I think it will be a point too, actually. He's punched that through. It will be. So St Mary's get an extra behind before three-quarter time. And they go to 8:6:54. And they trail Leopold 10-9-69. And that is on the Bowen Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
I reckon actually might be 14.
Read the Play is a Geelong-based charity that delivers mental health and wellbeing programs to sporting clubs in the Barwon region. We've been in operation for over 17 years and in that time delivered the program to more than 30,000 participants. Young people are less likely than any other age group to seek professional support for their mental health and wellbeing. And that's why Read the Play is an important catalyst to start those conversations within sporting clubs to get people talking about their mental health and wellbeing.
A typical Read the Play session happens in a sporting club. We come to them in the sporting clubs and we are able to provide them with education opportunities. We talk to them about what mental health is, and then we encourage them to think about how they can support themselves, support others.
For us going forward, it's about working with more sports in the Barwon region. We think we can do that by adding to our program suite and then going out to all sports in the region saying we want to deliver our mental health program for you for free. We're excited for the future of Read the Play because we know now, more than ever, how important our work is.
He's been a great netball president.
Very good. At home too, so they'll be nice and going well down there. And the Pegs, 2-15 they've kicked.
Ouch.
Bad kick.
Wonder how many of those are Paddy Dowling.
I don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll find out and dispatches somewhere along the line. Round 14, Geelong District Football and Netball League. Belpo still 80, lead Cry 61. East Geelong 61, lead Inverleigh 29. Thompson 63, Bannockburn 25. North Geelong 39, Winchelsea 46. No additional score, Werribee and Anarchy this afternoon. And hopefully we can go downstairs. Birchie will be with Luke Rayner or Glenn Keast at 3/4 time. Birchie, have you been able to get somebody?
No Birchie.
No Birchie. Yep, Birchie, down to you.
Yeah, you've got me on now.
Yes.
I've got Glenn Keast here with me. Keasty, there was a real noticeable difference there in intensity. Every player sort of lifted just that, 2 to 5%, and it made a difference across the ground.
Yeah, we just started winning some ground balls and started actually, probably winning a bit of contests around stoppage. So felt like we got ourselves back into the game a bit through that sort of play.
Massive last quarter coming up here too, and it's a really good opportunity for your team. Really. Been behind most of the day, tricky conditions, so this is a really defining moment.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see how it plays out. Certainly the game's there for anyone's taking. If we if we do what we sort of did in that quarter, I think we're a good chance.
And have you swung any changes early on, or is there anything you're going to try in this quarter to try and win it?
We're probably going to try and just play through the middle of the ground. It's probably a bit of a mantra to try and just expose the opposition to a bit of a breeze blowing to that sort of south end. So hopefully we can use the middle part of the ground and put their backs under a bit of pressure.
Thanks for your time. Good luck.
Thanks, Birchie. Thanks to Glenn Keast, co-coach of the St Mary's Football Club. Final term about to start here at Leopold's Memorial Park. It's Minchin and Bumstead. Bumstead got it down to a Williamson in the middle for the Lions. It goes towards half forward, but getting the kick away, McDonald for St Mary's. Dobson against Sheehan. Got it to the side of the pack. Copley to run onto it. Ball spills free. Copley might get it back here. The ball still in dispute. Umpire has found a free kick. Don't know what for. Can't see it. Well, it's a hold, said umpire Galachia. And Leopold are going to come towards the middle of the ground. Edmonds to run onto it. He's got a turn of speed if it sits for him. Will it sit for him? It will. He gets it in front of Ling and goes with an interesting kick. It actually didn't move trajectory from just rolling off his foot and goes towards Giddings, who goes to the top of the square, punched away on the side of the pack. Annandale again kicks the goal, 5th of the afternoon for Max Annandale. And 2 minutes into the final term, he has put the 11th on the board for Leopold. They go to 11-9-75, and they lead St Mary's 8-7-55. Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
Feel like we've seen this move before. I mean, it's just gone in the inside 50 and comes out with speed, come to the fat side, quick entry, goal. And he's been a handful. They just haven't been able to get the matchup right for Annandale, and he's been a terrific find for the Leopold Footy Club.
So his 5th of the afternoon, and again, back to 20 points here. Minchin, Bumstead. Minchin gets it down, Rove beautifully. Benson, but Sheehan didn't stand. Dobson went into the centre square and Sheehan didn't. Read it the better, took the mark. Wants to play on, goes to the outer side centre wing. Looking for Williamson and also Bumstead, who intelligently tapped it back to Edmonds, who wrapped up by Benson straight away, holding the ball. And free kick to the two-time.
I could hear Keasty calling ball from here, Ben.
It did sound like him, didn't it? Now Benson back in. Good kick, Maishman. Oh, should have taken the mark and didn't.
Happened there.
Yeah, now they've turned the ball over now. Lions going the other way, but good tackle, good pressure. Burke off a step for St Mary's. Inside 50. Where's Rudd? There he is! He's taken the mark and will shoot for goal. 35 outside angle.
K-Rock owns kidding himself there, calling touched.
K-Rock's own. Settle down, Jet. And Michael Rudd, who has kicked 2 goals, 1. They need the quick reply here, the Saints. So, a left foot up, northern end of the ground, did well, worked his opponent under the ball and took the mark. Now needs to finish off his good work. Comes in, left foot kick. Him and Max Annandale, they could have well, they're both using wedges at the moment. He's missed it, though, to the far side and through for 1 behind. So 2-2 his personal tally. They go to 8-8-56. St Mary's, Leopold 11-9-75.
Burgess runs from his defensive goal scoring, kicks it straight into Copley at the top of the mark. It deflects back towards Trent Thompson. He can't get his hands on it. He has to tackle Dobson. That's a rare mistake from Mitch Burgess this afternoon.
Did he think that was a Leopold player that was standing in front of him?
He could have.
Yeah.
Although not too many of his mates are wearing long sleeves this afternoon, but as opposed to the numerous in navy blue and green, it
Still don't think that matters, though, does it? Why would you kick it into your teammate?
No, I wouldn't have thought. Here's Copley trying to barge his way through. Burgess couldn't take it cleanly. Dobson did, but he's taken in the tackle. Burgess did well to hold him up, ensure that in fact, it was Keast to the bottom of that pack, I should say. Or Johnston, in fact. Chance here for Rudd to grab it out of the ruck, went with the outside of the left boot, was partially smothered. Copley picked up the loose footy. That's a sling tackle, I reckon, and it's not paid that way. I reckon if that's in the middle of the ground or by a forward in a back line, that's paid. But because it was on a forward inside their forward line by a defender, umpires may be a bit more reticent to pay it.
Shouldn't make any difference, Tom.
Shouldn't. Umpire knocks it down. Johnston taken in a tackle, trying to barge his way through, lost the footy. Umpire says give it to me. He'd blown the whistle before the ball came out. We'll get a stoppage now. 15 out from the St Mary's goal, right forward pocket. Port Arlington Road into the ground. This game's still up for grabs. Outside of the right boot. Kick towards the goal line is knocked through by Trent Thompson. Smart defensive play. And the margin is 18, and maybe...
I was going to pick a draw too.
Maybe that behind at three-quarter time might prove costly as Sheehan goes long from defensive 50.
Sheehan goes in. Oh, good. Oh, nearly a great mark by Giddings. Couldn't take it, though. Falls to the side of the pack. They're away now. Feely gets it towards the middle. Doesn't sit for anybody, really. Oh, Hughes does pretty well. Ducked under a tackle. Handball. Free, though. Leopold going the other way. Open half-forward flank. Who's going to get there first? The boundary line is. Because Peck and also... insufficient.
Wow.
Wowee.
Peck gets the free kick for Ham. He's across.
These guys are unreal.
Defensive 50. You are getting like Kirsch. Goes towards Connors at half back.
Get to Birchie in a moment. There's a long ball. Comes from Connors, looking out here for McDonald. Pepper did well front on to get a fist away. Burgess, a handball. Feely's been good. Went to handball, went to kick, and then decided on the second attempt to kick and went short to his skipper in Thompson. Just heard Gary Hocking out there basically tell his players to be smart with the footy. As the ball gets heavier and dirtier, he says take the time, wipe the ball on your jumper, just keep the ball as clean as you can. Towards half forward goes looking for Pitt, goes through his hands. And tackle late back of the pack and holding the ball. I think it's going to be the decision there against Matty Keast. And the free kick will go to Billy Clark. Maybe one more goal might see St Mary's off. Down on the mark. Stands just outside 50, so Clark goes to the pocket. Too much on it for Annandale. It's off hands and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Now, Birchie, your job is the Leopold Sporties Player of the Day. 5 goals from Max Annandale on a day like today. Don't want to put words in your mouth, Birchie, but he might be a chance.
Pretty impressive. There have been some prime movers getting that ball down there, but when I think of players who impact the game and are the difference, he is right up there.
So boundary throw in, ball spills. It's a sling tackle, and it's going to Tate Porter, I think, against Harry Benson. No, it's going to Harry Benson against Tate Porter. So they were both in the tackle, but Benson without the football, and he's going to take the free kick in the last line of defence for St Mary's. Comes broadcast side to half back. Sheehan thumps it away for Leopold. And Matt Keese does the same, close to the boundary line. Copley, happy to see it over. I think he will on centre wing.
Thinks he'll get a spot on the Brazilian men's volleyball team with a spike like that.
That was good, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
That was quality. Looking forward to the Olympics.
Coming up.
6 days away. Although I think there's a little bit of soccer in the before the opening ceremony and a couple other sports. Grabbed out of the ruck by Bumstead, didn't get a clear kick away. Yeah, the world game of football. As Les Murray used to call it. On the wing, handball, Ling gave it to Maishman, who just barrelled it towards the edge of the centre square. Rudd took it nicely on the half volley, but he couldn't get out of the Jennings tackle. He stuck tough and held him up and ensured he was going nowhere. 11:09.75, 8:9.57, 7 minutes played, final term on the Barham Foods time clock. Barham Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
So Bumstead and Minchin, neither can get a tap. Hold. I don't know how you can pay a hold to one and a hold not to the other. They're both holding each other. Minchin's got the free kick.
He has paid 26 holding the man free kicks today.
Rule of the week. Minchin goes inside 50 with the kick, coming out in front over the shoulder. And free kick Leopold. And it's going to be Harris Jennings in the last line of defence for the Lions.
Some Bronx cheers from the Leopold crowd there. They've been hard done by apparently today.
Jennings goes to the outer side with the kick. Goes over. He's going to start in barrack soon, Paul. Close to the boundary line. And it's out for a throw in at right half forward for St Mary's.
It is really dark down here now. I'll be surprised if those lights don't come back on.
Turn them on. Ripping lights.
Trav Robertson has a real affinity with Memorial Park.
He loves it.
Tapped down by Minchin. Roving done by Copley. Ball spilled out in the tackle. Keese tried to get a handball away. Brock Williamson tried to knock it to his own advantage. In the end, did so. Turned and swiveled and kicked towards the wing. And Pitt coming up marked one that wasn't easy to take. It was a bit of a mung floater off the boot, but Pitt hit it with real force and took the mark. Pitt from back of the wing, a high kick towards half forward. Asks a lot of Ollie Tate, who flies, but he's able to, in front, control the foot. He couldn't complete the mark, though, according to the umpire, and it's at ground level. And those lights are now on, Robbo.
Here we go.
I must admit, when it is dark, the lights here are actually not too bad. It's just they're not going to have as much effect, obviously, with a bit of daylight around.
The ratepayers paid for him. He's okay.
Quick kick out of the pack by Keast, went about a metre.
Set the local.
Set the local. Brings his dog down here.
Yeah, left half forward, there's a bit of a scrap for the footy. Now there's a little bit of push and shove, and Tate Porter wants to try and pull people out of the way. Umpire just quickly throws it into the air and says, let's just get the game going. Jammed on the boot by Porter after he did some roving. Handball out of the pack lane. Travellini was beset upon. Ball spilled out. There's going to be a free kick for a hold coming back.
He's got one.
And it's going to come back to Jesse Travellini inside defensive 50. Travellini quickly wants to get on with it, wide to Maishman, who's marked.
Quickly,
They do, and Minchin has marked a good kick. Minchin turns and kicks quickly. Keast all alone, top of the 50-metre arc, couldn't reach to mark, but knocked it to his own advantage with a couple of paddles. Confronted and then turns and kicks on his left boot. Loftus his target. Jennings from behind the spoil. Copley, good release. Sherman, quick snap, has missed. He's missed everything, in fact, and put it out of bounds on the full. And that goal umpire nearly did himself a mischief in trying to cover the ground there behind the goals.
Just stay in the goal square and call it. Don't move too far.
11:9.75, 8:9.57 the margin. 18 on KRockFootball.live and AFL Barwon TV. 10 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock and final quarter action. Thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical.
So the ball will finally come back after the smallest person in Australia has gone to get the footy. They've sent the 4-year-old over to get it.
Giants 89 defeated the Suns 50. St Kilda 113 defeated the Eagles 41.
Oh, wow. It's a shellacking. Take on that job next year, Robbo.
Yeah.
West Coast. Ball goes towards Giddings. Is that out of bounds on the full? It is. And St Mary's to take the free kick. They come back inboard. Braden Ham's got it. Plays on quickly at half forward. Long kick into the teeth of goal. Where's Rudd? He's at the back. He couldn't take it that time. Minchin was down there as well. Off hands, right forward pocket. We're going to have a boundary to throw in. So, need a goal, don't they, Robbo, now?
They do. They've had the ball down this end for the last few minutes.
So,
haven't kicked a lot of stoppage goals today, though.
Thrown in now. Minchin trying to tap it backwards to Sherman, but Leopold got the clearing kick. Well, that's
Yeah, he's bang on to it.
Efficient intent. So there we go. Free kick against St Mary's. 50 out from goal. Hughes, top of the square. That's a better kick. Thompson comes from behind, punched away again defensively. And Johnston can't keep it in as he sees it over the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in again in the right forward pocket for St Mary's. We've played 11 and a half of this final term. And the time clock, thanks to Bowen Foods, sell the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong.
4-3-27 Geelong, Footscray 1-4-10. If you've just joined carolfootball.live, no Brandon Parfitt or Ted Closey in the Geelong VFL team. 2 of the 3 emergencies for tonight against the Doggies. K-Rock football from 6 o'clock. Reece Stanley is playing. And then jammed it on the boot, but he's missed to the left. Gee, that was a good bit of work by Nick Minchin. Won the tap, did the roving, quick kick, but the snap just pulled to the left and through for a minor score. And the margin is 17. That might be a handy behind. 11-9-75, 8-10-58, 12 minutes played, final term.
Burgess kicks it in, but only finds Harry Ling at left half forward. And he goes back in board. Minchin sticks the hands up and takes the mark. And will shoot for goal from 25 out, nearly directly in front. And after his last effort, he take a little bit of time here to do this one. The other one was pretty quick off the boot.
We got a classic ruckman shot here.
Well, I don't know. He's I haven't really seen him kick that much from a set shot, so we'll see how he goes. He's only 25 out, and he kicks the goal. So the big ruckman has put it through for his first of the afternoon. And they go to 9-10-64. St Mary's, Leopold 11-9-75. Harvey Norman Electrical, K-Rock. Final quarter scoreboard. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers. And here for the Sporting Globe Eat Drink Sport, Rowley Street, Geelong, it's Travis Robertson.
Yeah, it was a pretty aggressive, given the where the scoreboard's at, it was a pretty aggressive kick to come to the attacking side of the ground from Burgess. And Harry Ling kicked it to the top of the goal square. And we've got a great ruckman mark.
We're only 10 minutes gone in the second quarter of the VFL clash, and Tanner Bruin's already had 16 disposals.
Could he play in the first as well? They've been the seniors. That'd be good. Put him in.
See what Harry Wall did for Ocean Grove.
Right,
Queenscliff last week, I should say.
That's right.
Umpire puts it into the air, secondary ball up. Looks like Loftus has gone into the ruck for the moment. Sits in the glue pot. Handball out, Rudd. Sherman's kick on the outside of the right boot, went about a metre. Lands in the glue pot. Marcus Thompson.
It's delicious.
It is absolutely magnificent. Guess whose mum needs a whirlpool?
Oh, gee whiz.
And we'll get another stoppage. So Kane Loftus,
out of there,
he's going to go forward. Minchin's actually gone to the goal square, and Loftus is going to go into the ruck. There's a free kick for a hold going which way, Wallon?
Oh, no, he's got it.
Yeah, so it's going to come back. It's against Loftus, who is gone in with a clean jumper and gone out of these 3 ruck contests with the dirtiest navy blue jumper you'll ever see.
Like he's got a mask on.
Bumstead, his kick barely carried any distance with a really heavy ball, spoiled away. Benson in the right position, back edge of the centre square for St Mary's, sends a kick to the outer wing. Matthews tried to knock it away from Biggs. Wagner tried to knock it towards Burgess. Biggs was good, kept the ball going his way, although which way we're going to see a free kick? It might be against Copley going to Wagner, coming back to the diminutive Leopold small man. And he's got it at left half back. Margin is 11, game well and truly on. Plenty of footy left in this one here at Memorial Park.
From half back towards centre wing for Leopold. Holds up in the breeze. Ollie Tate in front takes the mark. Right in front of the scoreboard. And Fitty. And I don't know what that was for, but the Leopold faithful are pretty happy, and so is Ollie Tate, who is having an afternoon.
That's a handy 50.
That's good 50. Wow. Yes. Also, it's starting a real estate business, I think, Moth.
It's not quite the 80 out at Windsor Park in the prelim final of 22, but
it's
that
is good distance.
That is good distance. I think Jesse Travellini might have had a word to the umpire.
I did see that. He definitely were having a conversation while the 50-metre penalty was being given.
So Ollie Tate has kicked 3 this afternoon.
They're squirting mud from the eyes of Marcus Thompson right now.
He comes in southern end of the ground, Ollie Tate, and has missed it.
Oh.
Bit of a let-off, possibly. So they go to 11-10-76, Leopold. St Mary's 9-10-64. Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock. Final quarter scoreboard. The draw's on.
Travellini goes up the middle, attacking kick. Long ball. Copley flew. Big spoil came Sheen, side of the pack. was Jet Matthews, but it's going to spill. Sherman heard the voice out the back of Ham. Ham jammed it on the boot towards a one-on-one. Back with the flight. Went through the hands of Feely. He'll get a free kick for front on contact against Harry McMahon, who is displeased. Or Keast, I should say, who's displeased. It's getting harder to pick up the players as they've got muddier and muddier. Kick to the wing, went looking out there for Tate Porter. Edmonds came flying through for Leopold, but then went straight into a tackle of Copley, and we'll get a boundary throw in as he was taken over the line. 16.5 minutes played. Leopold 76, St Mary's 64. There's a bit of blue sky around, but the lights are on here at Memorial Park.
So a throw in, just forward to centre wing for St Mary's. Loftus and Bumstead. Loftus got it down. Bumstead, second effort. Oh, a bit of a don't argue there too. The umpire says held in. And it will be a ball up. So Bumstead will do it all again against Loftus. Bumstead gets it down to the side. Maishman close to the boundary line. He and Mitch Burgess see it over, and we will have now a boundary throw in. Still on centre wing, and we've played 17 minutes in this final term. Bowen Foods time clock, selling the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong. And it's going to be Bumstead and Loftus again from this boundary throw in, short boundary throw in. Bumstead takes it out of the ruck, tried to give it away by hand to Thompson. Well, thrown away. Umpire says kicking in danger. Okay, I don't know what that is, but anyway. Maishman's got the free kick for St Mary's. Inside 50 to nobody in particular. Out of bounds on the full, and it will be a free kick to Leopold.
Sure, the St Mary's coaching staff would be thinking and hoping that some of their inside 50 gets a little bit more attacking. That defensive side of the ground is not going to win in the game of footy.
Sheehan with the resultant free kick. Leopold happy to keep it to that defensive side. Kick just holds up in the breeze. Benson flew, just couldn't take it on the third attempt. Sam Scott tried to get a handball on the up. Benson did well just to stop that handball coming out, and locks it up at right half forward near the point of the square. St Mary's in attack and coming. They trail by 12 points. They haven't been in single figures since the 16-minute mark of the opening quarter as Porter clears to the wing. That's a really strong grab. That's Williamson showing really good hands. A kick that came in on different velocity and spin, and he was able to hang on to it. The Port Arlington product sending it long towards the left forward pocket, and Burke, judging it best, took a really good mark for St Mary's. As this ball gets heavier, he wants the corridor, and this is the attacking kick Trav Robertson wanted, and he found Damien McMahon. McMahon can send it very, very wide for Keast. Trent Thompson made the decision to come off his man. Ball sat on its point. Keast knocked it towards the boundary line. Feely will track it for Leopold inside defensive 50. Great tackle, Rudd, holding the ball. Yes! Feely thought he could take on Rudd, and he lost the battle, and Michael Rudd will have a shot to pull the margin to a kick.
We get a game here.
Michael Rudd with the man on the mark standing 40 from goal. This won't suit the left footer. He'll need to start it probably outside the left-hand goal post. Distance won't be a problem.
Well,
just a matter of accuracy.
The height he kicks it, this could go anywhere.
For Michael Rudd to pull the margin to 6 points in the shadows of time onto the final term and set us up for a grandstand finish. Rudd's got 2 from 45. He's pulled it badly to the right. They'll compete on the boundary line, and Dobson will be paid the mark. That's a great result. He wants to come back inboard, and he's decided not to. Oh. He's going to have to, or the left foot Stevie J.
Can he kick left foot?
Yes, he can.
Okay, right
yes.
on. Okay.
Dobson with 1 this afternoon. He looks like he's sitting for the left foot snap, steps out, snaps, and has threaded it! Inspirations paint goal of the afternoon, Sam Dobson, and we're back to 6 points. We're in time onto the final term. St Mary's looking to lock away the double chance with a month to play of the season. They could do that with a win here. And Sam Dobson has delivered. The Rudd shot at goal was well off target. Dobson kept it alive. And for Inspirations Paint, what's your next project? 138 Torquay Road, Grovedale. Sam Dobson gives us a cracker.
Well, we heard Keasty say we want to come through the middle of the ground at three-quarter time. Sam Burke, risky kick, but you got to win games of footy, and it was, just changes the game, changes the angles, and it's terrific footy.
Back to the middle. Bumstead up against Rudd in the ruck now. McDonald, kick off the ground. Rudd's in there as well. Ball spills free, comes towards centre wing. Kick off the ground by Pitcher. It's a foot race now out towards the boundary line. Edwards wrapped up straight away by Travellini. The umpire will come in and ball it up on centre wing. So we have been playing 21 minutes in this final term. Bowen Foods time clock, and we're going to have a ball up on centre wing.
Bold have rolled Ollie Tate behind the footy.
Smart play. Oh, now that's going to be... Is that on the full from the ruck contest? I thought if it was a ruck contest and went over on the full, that it would be out of bounds on the full. And I reckon umpire Ganachia was going to have that discussion with the boundary umpire who said, no, I'm happy that it might have come off a couple of sets of hands and gone out of bounds.
Now Marcus Thompson coming back behind the footy as well and trying to hold the game up.
Well, he's gone back with Zach Sherman, so boundary throw in.
Going to fall into the Essendon save the game model.
Yeah, ball is pulled in under. I don't know who's pulled that in. You can't decide there who's pulled that footy in. Bodies diving in everywhere, and they're in jumpers that look very, very similar, especially covered in mud. Umpire puts it into the air. Bumstead, who is dead set, going to be having the longest shower ever seen here at Memorial Park. Won the tap down. Scott was good. Gave a handball to Porter. Porter just kicks for territory. Bouncing ball. Coming out and meeting it was Peck. Tried to get a handball away. It was partially smothered. Ball comes back towards Pitt. Laid to tackle Hughes. Clearing kick Connors. A high ball. Bumstead back with the flight. All barreled by Copley. And he's going to win a free kick, Bumstead. They've come at Copley. I don't think there was too much in it. But either way, Bumstead's going to have the resultant free kick. Pepper's got involved, and now there's a 50-metre penalty. So they're into Matt Copley, and Kyle Bumstead is going to be marched towards goal. And the irony of this would be for all the 50-metre penalty goals that Marys have kicked this afternoon, one here. So Andrew Pepper, the antagonist again, and obviously something's happened in that potential battle. Maybe not sure. Somebody said something.
It might have been Rudd that said something. He was the only one that the umpire spoke to afterwards.
No, I think he thinks he's in the AFL. I reckon he's gone with he's given the ball to me and not the player.
Ah, right. Thank you for that, Cole Bumstead. This for a 12-point Leopold leading the ruckman as gold. Bumstead, not a noted goal kicker, playing game 33, just the 5th of his career, and an important one at that too, to give his team a 12-point buffer at the 23.5-minute mark. Final quarter action for Harvey Norman Electrical. The best prices on Bluetooth speakers are only at Harvey Norman Electrical. Leopold, 12-10-82, now leads St Mary's 10-10-70.
Yeah, look, I mean, Matt would probably like his time again just to halve the contest, which he was probably attempting to do. Unfortunately, we've fallen into the AFL rules here by the look of it. And a goal for the Bumstead.
Back in the middle, Minchin gets it down. Benson taps it onto himself and then kicks it off the ground. Goes across half back for Fearley. Turn the ball over. Need to move it quickly. Ball in the hands of Damien McMahon. Comes high and wide. Loftus with the sit at the back. Oh, Mark in the middle.
Johnson.
Dion Johnston has just stood there.
Goes wild, by the way.
Against Trent Thompson, and crowd goes wild. All the St Mary's people are in their cars, and the Leopold people are in the bar. I think it's that cold. But Dion Johnston has taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 25 out, nearly directly in front. So the quickest reply to go back to 6 points. He comes in. Right foot kick. Goal. He's kicked it.
We've got a game here. Terrific.
Second for Dion Johnston. 11-10-76 St Mary's. Leopold 12-10-82. Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock final quarter scoreboard. And wide. Loftus with the sit at the back. Oh, Mark
well, they need to send a clearance down. Johnson it all day. They got one then. A really quick reply. Nice sticky hands from Dion. I don't know, what do we got? 3 or 4 minutes left, do you think?
I reckon that point being fisted through on the 3/4 time siren is possibly going to come back and haunt. Was it Harris Jennings? It might come back and haunt Leopold.
Could do.
Umpire to put it into the air. Tap down Bumstead against Minchin. Minchin has another go. Benson freed the arms, got a handball away, just hacked out of midair by McDonald. Dobson front position on the juggle, yes! Hamlin hanger, Sam Dobson. 52 from goal, he marks.
7-point play.
Distance not beyond him. Sends it long. Sends it strong. To the line. Dobson's gold. And we're all tied up. We're all tied up at Memorial Park as Dobson kicks his third. He takes the Hamlin hanger and he turns it into the Inspirations paint. Goal of the afternoon. Sam Dobson comes up big time. He's been doing it for a long time. And he's kicked an important goal to lock us away at 12-10. 82 apiece. Final quarter, Harvey Norman Electrical scoreboard. Harvey Norman Electrical, the best prices and Bluetooth speakers. 12-10, plays 12-10, Travis.
This is fantastic footy.
Back in the middle. And getting it down towards Benson again. Williamson in there as well. McDonald, he just holds it up for St Mary's. And the umpire will come in. Just fall to the centre circle for the Saints. Minchin up against Connor Giddings, who's gone into the ruck now. Giddings gets it down. Ball still in dispute. Comes wide to Benson. Straight lines at pitcher. He gets him on the ground. Wagner gave away a free kick over the shoulder. Copley's going to take the free kick for St Mary's. Moves it on. Was going to give it to McMahon by a hand. He lets go back. And
needs to get going.
He does. He drives it long inside 50. And at the back, Tate. Johnson in front. Nearly took it. Kick away. Still there. Rudd on the left. High kick. It's touched off the boot, the umpire says. Dobson at the back. Plays on. Goes to the goal square. Kicks the goal! Sam Dobson, 2 and 30 seconds. And St Mary's lead. His fourth of the afternoon. 13-10-88 St Mary's. Leopold, 12-10-82. Harvey Norman Electrical. K-Rock. Final quarter scoreboard.
There's no camera in here. Tried to stay neutral. Just got a little bit too excited. Dobson showing a little bit of class. He hadn't really caught one above his head today, but he's caught the last two, which has been super for the St Mary's Footy Club. Now, Leopold, can they bounce back? Can they get a centre clearance?
For the first time since the opening minutes, St Mary's lead. They scored first with a behind, and then Leopold got a behind back, and from then it's been Leopold in front. But here's the centre clearance. Benson's been massive. Runs forward to the centre wicket area and finds Sherman. He marks 30 metres out, directly in front. Will use all the time in the world. Any score will be enough, you would think, for St Mary's to pull one out of the fire. Remember, they trailed by 28 points midway through the third quarter. They trailed by 20 at the start of this quarter. But it has been all St Mary's in this final term.
Wouldn't want it in anyone else's hands, I wouldn't think. It's a beautiful kick of the footy. Harry Benson's had the last two centre clearances.
Unbelievable.
It's just been huge. He said, get on my back, boys.
He's kicked one. Zach Sherman has kicked.
There it is.
2, and they lead by 12. They lead by 12. It's a 40-point turnaround. St Mary's 14-10-94. Leopold 12-10-82. Incredible from the Saints. They've kicked 6 of the last 7 goals. And they find themselves with a 12-point advantage and ready to pick up win number 12 of the season and make a qualifying final at worst an absolute certainty with 5 rounds to play.
Scotty Hoskins just dropped his margarita.
Have some more fried chicken, Scotty.
Back to the middle. Giddings up against Minchin. Minchin gets it down. Benson pushed off the footy through the middle. Porter tried to get it to Thompson. Benson over the top as well. Oh, it's terrible in there. The ball still, I can't really see it. And I've got the peepers on. Benson again, still going. Ball spills free. Minchin tried to tap it on the other way. Ham, good, in close. Copley dropped it. Played for a push in the back. Got one. And got one.
I wouldn't have played that.
No, I wouldn't have either. But he played for it and got it. Matt Copley, back end of the centre square at half back. He tips the ball out wide looking for Braden Ham. And he takes the mark and just takes his time at half back. We've played.
Needs to go to the big Nick Minchin, doesn't it?
29.5 in the final turn. Bowen Foods time clock.
Ham's high ball will flirt with the boundary line. Burgess is there for Leopold. It hits the boundary line and out of bounds, and we will get a boundary throw in. Just forward of the wing for the Saints. You would suspect they're home now, leading by 12. They have given Leopold windburn in this final term. It's like they were 6 lengths off the pace at the turn at Flemington and it got them by the clock tower and then just went bang. Double palm down, Giddings to the front. Benson again has been tireless, just scooped it into the path of Maishman. Boundary line will take over.
Just received a text from Scott Hoskin. He's been kicked out of the hotel for being too noisy. Really excited, the old fella.
14-10-94, 12-10-82. Ball will be hurled back into play. Leopold need a miracle now. Minchin on the tap down. Front of the pack, Wagner took the tackle of McDonald, was brought to ground, and we'll get another stoppage. And look at McDonald's teammates get to him. The youngster just playing this afternoon in game number 5. This will be the most famous win of his early young career.
So Minchin goes up against Giddings on centre wing. Benson puts the tackle on, the umpire comes in.
Benson and McDonald laid the last 2 tackles together.
Yeah. And they get up again. And as the rain starts to fall again at Memorial Park, Minchin up against Giddings on centre wing. Minchin goes up early. In fact, it was Jennings as well who got it down. Pack develops. Maishman, we dragged it in there, the umpire. Yeah, he dragged it in. He's going to get
Nachos has got it.
Nachos holding the ball. Leopold free kick, centre wing. And it's Tate who gives it away to Feely. Has to get around a couple. Left foot kick. Wobbly towards centre half forward. It's okay. Now Williamson tries to spear it. He does, and he gets it inside forward 50 to Giddings, who takes the mark. 45-degree angle, about 45 out. He needs to kick it quickly. Played 31.5 in this final term. He's going to go back and go kick now. Right foot kick, and it might be over to the far side and through for one behind.
St Mary's going to push everyone on the one side of the ground, defensive side.
12-11-83 Leopold. St Mary's 14-10-94. Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
Long ball from Ham, a high ball towards half-back outer side. Damien McMahon, the target. It's off hands and out of bounds. And this is the longest quarter of the afternoon. We've gone 32 minutes. We've had the 8 goals kicked. Leopold 12-11, St Mary's 14-10.
So boundary throw in at half forward for Leopold. Minchin from behind. Bumstead neither get a tap. Tate tried to kick it off the ground. Copley in there as well, fighting hard for it. Benson as well. The umpire will come in and ball it up. Right on the point of the centre square at left half forward for Leopold. Ball up. Ball comes down out to the side of the pack. Falls for Maishman, gets just a scrambling kick, gains 45 metres, goes towards Harry McMahon, he can't keep it in, and it will be a throw in this time at right half forward for St Mary's.
They were listless halfway through the third quarter.
Did you call 10 points, Jace?
3 points, I said.
Someone said 10.
That was me.
Oh, well done, Birchie.
Birchie.
Boundary throw in, Minchin, handball away. Copley was partially chopped off by Porter for Leopold. Barging through Benson, got a handball away, tried to get it to a teammate. Might have been Maishman down low, socket forward, inside 50 for St Mary's. Pepper to clean up. St Mary's with a famous win. They're going to get the double chance. They've good as locked it away. They open up a 3-game buffer on Leopold, and nobody will be overtaking them for second. They now put themselves well and truly in the frame if St Joey's were to slip up between now and the end of the home and away season to claim the minor premiership. But right now, St Mary's at worst will be playing in a qualifying final and giving themselves a big chance at a third flag in 4 seasons. St Mary's 14-10, Leopold 12-11, an 11-point win for the Saints over the Polders. It's a big day of K-Rock football. Don't forget K-Rock from 6 o'clock. Myself, Ben Casanelia, Tom Lonigan and Jason Doherty bringing you all the action from GMA.